After sweeping the weekend, the San Jose Sharks return home and they take on the Canadiens, arriving at SAP Center. Homestand continues. Montreal has points in 7 straight, sitting in the first wildcard spot. There is Macklin Celebrini, 5th in the league in scoring, 83 points. And then you're going to have a trifecta: Shakir Mukhamadullin, Tyler Toffoli, Michael Misa. 2 young bucks and the old vet, 2-game winners in there as well, with Shakir and Michael Misa having his rookie moment. What do the young Sharks have in store for us? Welcome into Sharks Pregame Live. Alan Hoshida with Dan Boyle, Olympic gold medalist. But how are you feeling after a couple Sundays ago?
Anyone who saw my podcast on Sunday afternoon was not good. I was not good. I had a few too many drinks, a few people over. It was a great game,
yes.
Great for the U.S., but it sets things up 4 years from now. I'm already thinking about 4 years from now.
I like how you claim that as your podcast now.
I know. I'm like a guest. But, great game, great for hockey, great for the U.S., but pretty tough for Canada. All
right, let's chat with what's coming up in this game here, what we're going to set up. They say the future is teal, but you know what? The young ones in Will Smith, Macklin Celebrini, Michael Misa have been driving the offense. Dan, can they keep this going for the last 25 games?
I think they can. They got great young legs. I don't think they're out of place. I'm talking about the other guys. Obviously, Macklin, I think, is one of the 3 best players in the world. So they're following the right guy. The whole team is. So I definitely think they can.
And how about $500 million going into SAP Center to bring this thing up to the league standards? I spoke to President Jonathan Becker about the reimagination. Dan, what would you do first?
What do we have? We have a north and a south bar?
I think so.
I think we need an east and a west bar. And then in the locker room for the guys that don't stretch, like myself, maybe a little bit of a bigger media area for the guys to just sit down and have a coffee.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Macklin Celebrini sitting down, getting locked in here. He's just 19 with 83 points. Michael Misa has now 4 points in his last 3 games, a couple of goals. And then the old man of all of 20 years old, Will Smith, batted one home. Last time out, so the 3 first-round picks really pacing things for the San Jose Sharks. We're going to talk all about them coming up here on Sharks Pregame Live.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, when you're smiling, when you're smiling, and the whole world smiles with you. Smiles with you. And when you're laughing, oh, when you're laughing, then the sun comes shining through. Oh, when you're smiling. Keep on smiling, and the whole world smiles with you.
Come to the bright side in San Diego.
Gillette Labs is just a fancy-looking Fusion 5? No, it ain't. It's Gillette's best shave, and its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer. Hey, Joe, come feel my cheeks.
Dad.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
Subclub members can get any footlong for just $6.99. All your favorites packed with crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. Great bread, great meats, great sauce, great deal. Use this code in the app to get your $6.99 footlong today. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
4:30 is all about what's happening right now. Another earthquake rattling the South Bay. We're showing things as they're happening. Marianne Favreau was there for a student walkout, asking questions. DNA, the timeline of the storm has changed, right? And social media has really changed the game. Now I'm able to interact with our viewers. Here it is, top trending stories voted by you on my Instagram poll. Join us and see what makes the 4:30 a different kind of newscast.
Watch Audrey Assistio weekdays at 4:30 on NBC Bay Area.
Yo, AI, I know you're all about the footwear, so I got you something.
One big shoe?
Flip it over. Boom! It's a shoe phone, huh? And look, you can play Prize Picks on it.
You're right.
Answer it. Hello? Hello? Oh, reception looks a little spotty. Gotta pump it up. There you go.
That's not how phones work.
Download today. Get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
I think the heater is broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome? Relief is just a call away.
Nope.
Service Champions is now offering a $58 tune-up for your furnace or AC.
Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Got the best local sports content for the Sharks, A's, and 49ers. Set NBC Sports California as a preferred source on Google. Go to google.com/preferences/source. Type NBC Sports California and tap to confirm.
Game 4 of 6 at the tank here, the winning record so far. Final 3 this week's Sharks getting on the ice to take on the Montreal Canadiens. Yaroslav Askarov looks to be the starting goalie tonight in black because it is Cali Finn night. It's a Tuesday at the tank. Let's get to the Remenda pregame rush. And Drew, there's young stars everywhere, up and down the ice on both sides, but I know you're looking at the group from last year, the rookies from last year, a Lane Hudson, a Macklin Celebrini, Calder finalists.
Well, I am, and let's start with Lane Hudson, and not to be a sycophant here because Danny Boyle's with you, but Lane Hudson reminds me of Danny Boyle, a defenseman who had exceptional hockey IQ, who could quarterback a power play, who could see the ice very well, and who was very deceptive when he had the puck, either was being chased or not, and defensively used his angling to perfection. And that's what Lane Hudson does. Lane Hudson is very, very good in all those areas. The big thing, though, with Lane Hudson is that he's very deceptive, and Macklin Celebrini, who played with Lane Hudson at BU, would always talk about how Lane Hudson would burn him in practice because he's got exceptional head fakes. Really, he said, you think you've got the guy covered, you think you've got him, and then with a little bit of a head fake, all of a sudden you're getting turned inside out and you get lost in him. Macklin also said about his teammate at BU that he's got an incredible motor, that he's an elite driver with the play, and that absolutely he is going to have a heck of an NHL career. Danny, I don't know if he'll be like you as far as a Stanley Cup champion, Olympic champion, but there is a lot of similarities between your game and his game. The biggest thing is that incredible drive, that engine. On the other side, let's talk about his friend and the guy that he was up against last year, Macklin Celebrini. We all know what Macklin does. We know what Macklin is as far as a hockey player. The biggest thing with Macklin Celebrini, though, and what Lane Hudson said about him, and I think it's really interesting when you listen to these two guys talk about each other. Lane Hudson said he's an absolute stud. The way he plays the game, he's reliable. There's no ego or arrogance. And man, we have seen that with Macklin Celebrini. There is no ego with Macklin Celebrini. It's always about the guys. You want to get Macklin Celebrini to stop talking? Ask him about himself. It's always about the guys and what he can do better to help the guys and help the team win. But the other thing that Lane Hudson said about Macklin Celebrini is that, again, like Macklin said about Lane, the incredible drive that he's got, that engine that keeps going, that he's so reliable with the puck, without the puck, no matter what zone. It's going to be fun watching these two guys as both of them mature, as both teams get better, as both teams are looking and going, we could be a contender for a Stanley Cup one day with the exceptional young talent. Both these teams are loaded with young talent, but nobody shines brighter than Lane Hudson and Macklin Celebrini.
Drew, thanks so much. We're going to be talking about your old teammate, too, coming up later on, Martin St. Louis. And right now, we're going to keep it going with the under-23s in teal. We are witnessing the Sharks youth movement firsthand over the last 50 games. Players 23 and under have factored into 81.6% of the team's goals. That's 129 of 158. They lead the NHL in U23 scoring with 241. So with that in mind, let's get to our daily fantasy projections. It's good to be right, presented by Prize Picks. You got Will Smith, you have Michael Misa, a goblin action, easier to win, lower payout multiplier, demon, harder to win, higher payout multiplier. Remember, these projections change leading up to face-off, and you can download Prize Picks right here in California. So if we go back 13 games, January 15th, the top 5 scores on the San Jose Sharks, 23 and under, Dan Boyle, and each of them a little bit different player. How much does that help Ryan Warsofsky now and the team moving forward, that all these guys are producing and all these guys are a little bit different?
What I love about all of them is they're reliable defensively. I think you could put them out there I mean, Misa first overtime goal, by the way. Give him an opportunity in overtime, coach. Yeah, they're certainly reliable. I think they can be trusted. They're not just one-way players. They play both ways, and that's why they're getting the ice time they are.
And Michael Misa, you talked about it, his first shift in overtime ever. He gets the winner. It seems like he's getting that light switch come on. What's it like for a player when they start to get that light come on and things start to click the way that you imagine and you saw it in juniors and so on?
It's awesome. It's confidence. I mean, like we talked about at the beginning of the year, confidence is huge. I don't think he has had it so far, but maybe that little break, he found it. He's looked like a different player. He has not become faster. He has not become bigger. I think he's just more confident with the puck. He's getting an opportunity, and he's making the best of it.
Michael Misa, now 19 years old. Will Smith is 20. He has 41 points in 45 games. He also has 12 points in his last 12. He's with Tara Sloan down at ice level.
Will, 2 really big wins over the weekend. How would you describe the confidence level of the Sharks right now?
Yeah, it's really high. I think we know how big these games are, so we're super excited to play every night.
Montreal Canadiens, you guys build as the teams of the future. How much fun is it to play a team like this? Everybody's born in the 2000s, it seems.
Yeah, it's fun. I think we get to play the East Coast teams. It's as long as we don't get to see them that much, but they're a young team, so are we, but we're ready to have fun tonight.
What about your game personally, Will? Coach said he liked the way you played Sunday, obviously an important goal. So how are you feeling? Are you where you need to be?
Yeah, I feel good. We had that long break for the Olympics, so we're all excited to be back and get going again.
Thanks, Will. Have a great game.
Thanks.
SAP Center has gone through several different names, but aesthetically, it's mostly remained the same. That won't be the case much longer. When we come back here on Sharks Pregame Live, we walk around the tank with President Jonathan Becker to get a behind-the-scenes look at the Teal reimagination.
Fences are failing all over the park. John, I can't get Jurassic Park back online without...
Whoa, this place is awesome. By the way, you should have plugged this in.
Well, this is going to be a lovely weekend.
If you like pina colada.
I'll take it. My arms are longer. Do the roar again.
A whole new species of Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years.
We've been advancing medicine for 50 years. But our greatest breakthrough isn't in the lab. It's here. When just another Monday means everything.
Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has the Sprinter van for you. Whether you're running a business or looking for your next adventure, you deserve the absolute best in reliability and performance from Mercedes-Benz. Our team of certified technicians, service advisors, and sales professionals are dedicated to making sure your van works just as hard as you do.
Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, driven by people who care,
and businesses that deliver.
This team? They bring big plays, big moments, big personality. This is Sharks hockey.
He has done it again! He has stunned us!
Can't teach that.
And Askarov dives across!
It's what everyone's talking about. Don't just watch it. Be a part of it.
His first National Hockey League goal!
The future is Teal, and the future is now. Become a Sharks 365 member before it's too late.
Just before the season started, the Sharks in the city of San Jose reached an agreement on a lease extension. Part of that deal was a combination of $500 million being put back into SAP Center for major renovations. Well, to match the color that is the future, the Sharks are calling it a Teal reimagination. I got the inside scoop with President Jonathan Becker. We are out here at SAP Center with Jonathan Becker, President of San Jose Sharks. This is a big time because there is some news coming out, obviously all the way back in August with the new lease extension. There was some renovation budget in there, but now it's got a name, the reimagination of the tank. Why is it the reimagination?
Well, look, we all love this. This has been the heart of the Sharks for 30 plus years. It's an iconic venue, but it's starting to show its age. The way you design buildings in the 80s is different than you would design buildings now. And so you're basically at a crossroads. Do you tear the baby down and try to build something new, which is really hard to do in Silicon Valley? Or do you say, what would happen if I reimagined how this building worked? What if I pretended that we didn't have 30 years of history and said, how can we reimagine the way the tank works? How people approach it, how they get in, how they experience it, what the spaces look like. And so it's this difference between changing the paint like you might at your house versus tearing it down to the studs and thinking it all over again. And we're doing something closer to the second.
And right now where we're standing, we're in the South Bar. We do our shows out here when we're doing pre and post from location, but this is gonna all change. This is one of the first things that's gonna change, is correct?
That is
correct. It's gonna turn into a very large team store.
Well, in fact, the whole front part of the building, as most people think about it, which is called the South Entrance, right here off of Santa Clara, where you can look down, is gonna get a facelift eventually. As you said, the first part will actually be this space right here. And you look around, you go, how the heck could you put a team store in here? Well, first of all, you ought to know we have one of the smallest physical team stores in the entire league. So we need to triple the amount of space. But if you look at the platform we're on, it doesn't feel like we can triple the space. Well, in fact, one of the things we're going to do is, if you look out into the abyss, we're going to extend this. We're going to build over the open area and actually essentially double the size of this footprint as well. And we're going to use some electronics and some navigation so that you can get more people in and more people out. And so this becomes the primary team store.
That'll kind of be a theme throughout this as we walk through the tank, is that there's a lot of small things, whether that's the dressing rooms for the team itself or these areas, because 30 years ago, it just wasn't what you want now from your fan experience.
That's exactly right, Alan. At the time this building was designed, it was state-of-the-art. It was one of the bigger buildings in the league. Now, 35 years later, we're actually the second smallest buildings in the league. And for various reasons that have to do with city code, and this is a city-owned building, we don't actually own it, we can't make the building any bigger. But what we can say is, let's look at all the underutilized spaces and figure out, how do we make them more productive? How do we reimagine them? There's that word again.
There it is. All right, let's go find the other spots that we want to introduce the fans to. What is changing? Let's go, let's head this way.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's go this way.
All right, let's go this way. Jonathan, going back to our media day conversation, one of the key things you talked about during this whole process is going to be alleviating traffic out here on the concourse. And this is a spot that you think is going to be key in that.
That is exactly right. So we're at the South Entrance, right off of Santa Clara. And for fans that come into our building, either for hockey or for concerts, roughly 70 to 75% of event day people come through the same door. And that makes it unnecessarily crowded. That makes this landing very crowded as well. It means the lines back up, sometimes takes 15, 20, even 30 minutes to get in. So one of the things we want to do is, A, move some people around to the north entrance, which is one of the reasons we created Sharks Way and a new pedestrian from downtown and San Pedro Square as well. We're also going to be opening new doors to the building in other places as well. When you come in here, you don't really know it's the home of the Shark.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to sharkify this area as well. We're actually going to get rid of the welcome desk that you see right here and move that out to give there's more space here. There'll be a new bar and gathering space. And so, yes, we lose the South Entrance bar because the team store, but there'll be a new bar to replace it with.
Gotta have the bars.
That's exactly right.
Gotta have the bars. All right, so we've gone from the South Entrance now, and we're still talking about this place getting really crowded on game days. So what are some other things that you guys are thinking about during this reimagination process?
So one of the unusual things about this building, which people love but has some challenges, is it's basically a single concourse building.
Right.
If you travel around the league, if you go look at basketball and hockey, you're now seeing 2 or even 3 level concourse buildings. So we ask ourselves, is there a way to build another concourse? Or is there a way to get people off the concourse into other levels? And so we're going to use the club level beneath us in a better way. We're going to think about how we use the arena level in a different way. But for those of you who've been in this building, you may have noticed these sort of we call them mezzanines area, where you can sit and there's food as well. What if we rethought these areas? What would they look like? What if we extended them across the concourse and made them as a second half concourse, and there was food and beverage above them? And what if not only that, but there was a way to get onto them without having to actually go in the concourse? What if you could come directly from your seat and onto this new level? We have not figured it all out. This is a what if. We live in earthquake country, so we have to make sure that earthquakes work as well. But if we do this in all the different mezzanines around there, we could probably take 1,000 people off the concourse.
All right, so now we're in the club level currently, right?
Right.
But my understanding, this is one of the bigger renovation and reimagination portions of this whole thing.
You're absolutely right, Alan. For those who may never been in this level, we're in one level below the main concourse and one level above the ice level. And so this is one big club, including embedded in it is something called the NetApp Selly Lounge, where there's actually a literal Shark Tank. Maybe we'll go look at that later. We're going to turn this into multiple clubs, each with a different personality, each with a different theme. But we're going to change the character of these as well by dramatically widening the entrance from the bowl to here, so that you can actually watch the concert, watch the game, etc., from when you're in the club, not just when you're in the seat. This has become among the most desirable places in the building to be.
This seems very expansive, what we're going to do. So one thing we haven't really talked about is timeline for all these things. What do you think, because when you talked about this, the reimagination, when the Sharks put out the press release, it was over years, right? So
Correct.
What is the timeline for all these things to happen? Is it little by little, each offseason going to do a little bit more? What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, so we have up to 7 years to actually do this reimagination. We don't want to take that long. Most likely it'll be 4 or 5 years. We've actually already started. If you wander around the building, you'll see there's some kitchens being built, one of the elevators out because it's being replaced. A lot of the infrastructure work has already started, and this is the summer of infrastructure.
Yes.
Next summer is the big first stage of the reimagination, where we'll be essentially shut from the day we finish playing hockey until deep into September and maybe even October. And then based on that summer of 27, then we'll be able to figure out what happens in 28 and 29. But when you walk into the building your first time after October of 27, you'll already notice a lot of difference.
And be sure to go to our YouTube page a little bit later on tonight. You can see the full tour of everything happening at SAP Center. Tonight is also the final game before the trade deadline. It could feel much different here in a couple days. When we come back here, we're going to chat deadline. Dan Boyle is going to tell us what the players are all thinking.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, when you're smiling, when you're smiling, and the whole world smiles with you. Smiles with you. And when you're laughing, oh, when you're laughing, then the sun comes shining through. Oh, when you're smiling, keep on smiling, and the whole world smiles with you.
Come to the bright side in San Diego.
New Old Spice Cosmic Quest 24/7 freshness makes me want to be Mario. He has the confidence to fly through the galaxy wearing nothing but this. Thanks, Old Spice. Now I smell super.
Don't know Domino's $9.99 best deal ever? Just pick your crust. Maybe pan pizza.
Gluten-free crust.
Thin and crispy, too. Load on up to 7 toppings like
Bacon.
3 different types of cheeses. Green peppers. And get it all for under $10. Only at Domino's.
SMUD's Clean Power City movement is happening. Hundreds of thousands have joined the charge. They're taking action, driving electric, making clean power choices, and saving money with SMUD rebates. Together, we're creating clean power cities, while SMUD keeps our promise to deliver world-class safety, reliability, and some of the lowest rates in California. The Clean Power City movement is changing the world, one charge at a time. For 99 ways to join the charge, visit cleanpowercity.org.
Oh, I don't see where you got your degree.
I don't have one. I went another route.
All right. I guess tell me a bit about your experience.
For 15 years, I've been managing logistics and mastering project management skills.
Wow. Sounds like you've got just the kind of skills and experience we're looking for.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
What an end! As Barclay Goodrow is the hero. The Sharks move on.
This will always be home to me. Thank you for this honor of a lifetime.
And Masson Celebrity has his first NHL hat trick. Here's Thornton. There it is. Number 400 for Joe Thornton. William Eklund with the hat trick and the game winner.
Back here out at the South Bar at the Tank, the Sharks are 4 points back of both wildcard spots, couple games in hand. Much different feel from the last few years. They're in the hunt, so what does that mean for Mike Greer and company? That is the question everyone has with the trade deadline on March 6th. Our Toyota fan poll question when we get there is, what should the Sharks' approach trade look like as they look into this deadline? Should they buy? Should they sell? A little bit of both. Stan Pat, boy, what do you got? Quick thought on this?
I like the stand pat, keep the team together. I like what Mike Greer is doing. We're getting better, just like Montreal Canadiens. We're still a few years away, though.
A little patience. Everyone have a little patience and see how this thing turns around. You have the QR code there. You can vote or go to follow us on NBCS Authentic as well. Kiefer Sherwood is set to play just his 5th game as the San Jose Sharks, but there's rumors out that maybe they might flip him if they can't get an extension done. You can see Sheng Peng's article there with that. Let's get to the forward starting lines and D combos. Sherwood is now on the 3rd line with Alex Wenberg. Colin Graff moves up to the top line. Adam Gaudette in. Yaroslav Askarov in. People who are not playing tonight. Pavel Regenda, Timothy Liljegren, Ryan Reeves. Ned is backing up Yaroslav Askarov. Mario Ferraro is a name that comes up pretty much all the time when you look at this deadline. What is it like for players this week right now as they approach Friday?
Well, if you're Mac and Celebrini, you're sleeping tight. You're not going anywhere for sure. So those guys are fine. Mario, I don't know what his story is. Might be a little bit more nervous. Guys that can move will say they're fine. They're going to concentrate on the game tonight. But when you have family, you got friends and stuff going on, you're nervous. So it's a tough few days ahead of the trade deadline.
What do the players do to try to block all that out? And is almost playing hockey the easy part?
Well, back when I used to play, don't look at the newspaper, but now it's on your phone. So stay away from your phone, shut off your phone, believe in yourself, believe in your teammates, and if you're meant to meet, go somewhere else, then you get another opportunity.
And hopefully you're at peace for whatever happens, you know, what your time here in San Jose or what moves forward.
Therapists say control what you can control.
Yeah, and so do coaches. Coaches also say control what you can control. All right, so we haven't really talked about Lane Hutson and Macklin Celebrini too much yet, but these are young teams that are building towards the future. And the Montreal Canadiens are a very good hockey team right now. They don't have a superstar in Macklin Celebrini. Let's get to our line change and kind of talk about that, guys, is that the Canadiens, they have a lot of really, really good players, but they don't have Macklin Celebrini. So what do you think of the way these two teams are built?
Well, first of all, no one else has Macklin Celebrini, I think, at the age of 19, already one of the top players in all of the NHL. The Montreal Canadiens, as you said, have a very, very deep lineup, not just at forward, where you could argue they go 9, 10, 11 deep with highly skilled forwards. On the blue line, they have Hudson, who won the Rookie of the Year last year in the NHL. They have Noah Dobson, one of the top offensive defensemen in the NHL, and Mike Matheson, who would be a top puck-moving D on a lot of teams in this league. Montreal might be just a little bit ahead of the Sharks, Drew.
Yeah, a little bit more mature, and they've got a little bit more advanced as far as their rebuild started a little sooner. Kent Hughes, I don't think, has made mistakes when he's been rebuilding this team. And it's a hard thing in Montreal, and Danny Boyle can talk about it better than anybody else, to say to the fans, hey, we're going to rebuild the Montreal Canadiens. That's a market that doesn't like that word. But overall, you cannot be anything but excited about the talent of the players, but also the way they play. And that's going back to a young coach who was, again, a coach that played, that he never coached at the NHL level. He's one of the great NHL players, but he was coaching Pee Wee. Then he made the jump to the Montreal Canadiens, Marty St. Louis, and he's got them playing the right way.
And Montreal, they may have that superstar player in Ivan Demidov, who was drafted in Macklin Celebrini's draft year, just a couple of picks behind Mac. He's not there yet. But we are going to see tonight here just how talented, how exciting, how dynamic Demidov is too.
All right, gentlemen, you guys have a great call here. We'll be out at the South Bar all night. Hopefully we'll enjoy it.
All right, just make sure Boiler doesn't enjoy it just a little bit too much if you're in the South Bar, if you know what I mean. Let's go to the goaltending matchup here tonight. And again, we're talking about two of the exciting young goaltenders in the NHL. These players are 1 and 2, Drew, in the goaltending stats. 23-year-old Yaroslav Askarov, he is second in wins, number 1 in starts among rookie netminders.
I'd like to see the goals against and the save percentage numbers go up. And honestly, I didn't think he was great against the Edmonton Oilers. But at the end of the game, when the Sharks needed him, he made the big saves to preserve the win. And it's like we said, sometimes it's when you make the saves, not how many you make.
Sharks, of course, traded to get Askarov. Montreal drafted 24-year-old Jakub Dobush from Czechia. He wasn't on the Olympic team this year, but he might be on the next one. He's having a great rookie year.
If you're looking at how he's been playing, and especially lately, absolutely Dobush is the guy to go for. When you look at the way he moves and the way he's able to make those big stops, he looks really easy, calm, doing it.
The Sharks coming off monster wins on the weekend against Winnipeg and Edmonton, but they've got to keep it rolling. Still on the outside of the playoff picture, but with games in hand. We'll get you set for tonight's exciting matchup coming up.
Are we stranded? We're running out of water!
Hey, guys, I've got AAA.
When you're a AAA member, you're covered in anyone's car.
Coming home to Febreze Plug feels like the best welcome home ever. Because Febreze has a microchip to control scent release, so it's first day fresh for 50 days. And a refill light, so every welcome home is delightful.
Fences are failing all over the park. John, I can't get Jurassic Park back online without...
Whoa, this place is awesome. By the way, you should have plugged this in.
Well, this is going to be a lovely weekend.
If you like pina colada.
I'll take it. My arms are longer. Do the roar again.
A whole new species of Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years.
We welcome you live to SAP Center in downtown San Jose for Sharks Hockey here on NBC Sports California. As the world found out at the Olympics, the best teenage hockey player in the world wears teal. And Macklin Celebrini has plenty of elite young talent around him, like his line mate Will Smith. The Montreal Canadiens are blessed with a talented young roster too. They made the playoffs last year and look to be on their way back again this season. And maybe, just maybe, someday will play in a post-game series against the Sharks. Hi again, everybody. I'm Randy Hahn with Drew Remenda, who is inside the glass here tonight for this long-awaited matchup between two of the most exciting young teams in the National Hockey League. Drew, we know the Sharks story and all their youth. 8 players, 23 or under, in the lineup for the Sharks tonight, headlined, of course, by Macklin Celebrini.
And they're the leaders of the San Jose Sharks offensively. Most of them, when they get on the ice, they are the guys who are making the big push. And, of course, it is Macklin Celebrini, because he has done so many special things, as you said, at the Olympics. Served notice to the world that he is the best young player in the game. One of the top 5, but also let's bring in Will Smith and Colin Graff while we're at it. And the old man of that group, the 23-year-old William Eklund, continues to push. And let's not forget about Michael Misa. Since the break, he has been absolutely tremendous, on fire, huge offensive push. And the future, without, you said the other night, Randy, is definitely teal.
And whether it's Chernyshov or Cagnoni or Lund, the Sharks have more percolating in the American Hockey League and hopefully soon on their way to the NHL. The Montreal Canadiens might be a little ahead of the Sharks in that department. They have a great core of young players, 5'23" and under, but they've got a couple of players a year or two older than that in Dick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield, along with that younger group, that make them an exceptionally exciting young team in the Eastern Conference.
So much fun to watch. These guys get up and down the ice. They attack the net. They've got a high level of skill. There's Dick Suzuki, number 14, doing all the work around the middle of the ice. And then it was Cole Caulfield. He is absolutely on a tear right now, but he's been out there all the time. Ivan Demitov has the younger of the group, but he is always around the net, and he has always got those quick hands. And let's not forget about Lane Hudson. Lane Hudson played with Macklin Celebrini at BU, and he's one of those guys that is incredibly skilled, incredibly deceptive, a little undersized, but that has not stopped him from being a big-time player.
Sharks won 2 straight games on the weekend. Montreal starts their road trip having won 5 of their last 7 games. 2 of the most exciting young hockey teams on the planet, the Sharks and the Canadiens, coming your way live from the Shark Tank next.
Yo, AI, I know you're all about the footwear, so I got you something.
One big shoe?
Flip it over. Boom! It's a shoe phone, huh? And look, you can play Prize Picks on it.
You're right.
Answer it.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, reception's a little spotty. Gotta pump it up. There you go.
That's not how phones work.
Download today. Get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Spring, the unofficial new year for tool people. A time to start new jobs and tackle new projects with new tools from Harbor Freight. Whether you're a pro or just like doing things yourself, we've got the quality tools and savings to start your new year off right. So come celebrate spring savings at Harbor Freight. Unbeatable deals right now at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale. Don't miss out.
I'm coming for you. Cue up the spotlight. Drum up the beat right. You want it so bad, go get it, I dare ya.
That's Wayne Gretzky.
Who's Wayne Gretzky?
He was accepted into the Hall of Fame.
That's nice. But with Discover, I get accepted basically anywhere. Well, I got it, Dwayne Jetski.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Awesome!
I like it. I love it.
Get low 2.99% financing plus $500 cash back on Tacoma. Score a low-cost lease on Tacoma Double Cab or get $3,000 cash back on Tundra.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Sharks Hockey on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Toyota. Class-leading MPG and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places.
Misa scores! Michael Misa wins it in overtime!
Welcome inside SAP Center for this Tuesday night matchup between two of the league's most exciting young teams. We're going to hear those words a lot tonight, the San Jose Sharks and the Montreal Canadiens. The Sharks coming off 2 back-to-back important wins over the weekend. Habs 6-2-2 in their last 10. As the Friday trade deadline approaches, maybe some players have a little dose of nerves, but everybody is laser focused on getting to the postseason, and that is the point tonight. Randy Hahn, Drew Remenda with the call, guys.
Thank you, Tara. An impressive job this year by Ryan Warsofsky, second-year head coach of the Sharks, and his staff, as the Sharks have improved tremendously. 9 more wins and 10 more points already than they had all of last year. And you saw Hall of Famer Martin St. Louis, the head coach of the Montreal Canadiens, who get the first shot on goal of the game. Glove save by Yaro Askarov. Now Caden Gooley up at the top for Montreal, sending it down to their captain, Nick Suzuki. A pass to the net by Matheson with activity at the front of the net. Kirby Dock getting caught up with Askarov. Now Mario Ferraro to Philip Kurashev, off the glass and down to Kiefer Sherwood at center. This will be skated ahead and played in by Shakir Mukhamadullin as the Sharks look for some offensive zone time now with their top line on the ice. But it's Montreal coming back the other way. The Canadiens coming off a game on the weekend Saturday when they scored 30 seconds into the game on a goal by Cole Caulfield. And now here's Colin Graf. An odd man rush. trying to feed left side for Celebrini. Back for Graff. He'll handle it in the corner. 2 Canadians on him, and it's chipped and cleared back through center ice for Dmitry Orlov. Here's Celebrini back on the puck in the Canadian zone. Macklin and the Sharks coming off an overtime thriller win here on Sunday as they capped off a nice weekend with 2 wins. A shot from the left side by Alex Newhook. That went high and over the net, causing Askarov to duck out of the way and drew a great pace to start this game.
Unreal. These 2 teams are so fast.
Now Struble back the other way for Montreal as it's played in by Alex Carrier for Montreal. As we said, they beat Washington on the weekend, a 6-2 final score. That game was closer than that score would indicate. 2 empty netters for Montreal by the end of that one. But they have points in 7 straight games. A record of 5-0-2. They're in a playoff spot right now. Going into the night in the NHL, Montreal in wild card 1 in the East. Just a point back of Detroit for 3rd in the Atlantic Division. Sharks 4 points out of a wild card.
Well, what Montreal does, you talked about it, Randy, the pace. They play with great pace, and Martin St. Louis has them playing a pretty much north-south game. There's a little east-western game, but not a heck of a lot. But the other aspect, they are a physical hockey club, as you saw the first couple of shifts.
Montreal made the playoffs last year with 91 points. Right now, they're on a pace for 104, and that may or may not be enough, as the Eastern Conference has been decidedly better as a group than the West this year. It's going to take a lot more points to get in the East than in the West this season, it would seem, up to this point. The veteran Brendan Gallagher battling at center ice. Here's the Sharks rookie defenseman Sam Dickinson, works it up for Barclay Goodrow, and now Vinny Desharnais, who's been besieged all day. He's the French-speaking Sharks player, and the French media are here en masse following the Canadiens. Gotta have somebody to talk to. It used to be Dan Boyle at play at the net, and it's covered up by Jarl Askarov. Of course, Marc-Edouard Vlasic too, as some sticks come up in the face-off circle after that crash to the net by the Habs. Drew, what are your keys?
Well, the number 1 key for the San Jose Sharks tonight is 5 connected. In other words, you got to have 5 guys in the picture in every zone, because the Montreal Canadiens play very fast, and they are a group that always gets surrounding the puck. They play after the puck very quickly, so you got to make sure you counter that. And special teams, Montreal's power play clicking at about 38% the last 7 games, and for the San Jose Sharks, they're at 9% in the last 7 games. So the Sharks have got to get their power play cooking.
You can only imagine the excitement in hockey mad Montreal. Is there a greater hockey city in the world than Montreal? That would be a great debate. They're especially excited that this team is looking to be a playoff club again this season. Sometimes in a rebuild, we've seen it, Drew. A team will make the playoffs and then fail to get back there the next year, and it kind of stunts the growth of a group. That hasn't been the case with Montreal. They looked good last year, and they're better this season. Here's Sherwood bringing it into the Shark zone. Skating on this 3rd line now with Wenberg and Kurashev tonight. He played on the top line with Celebrini. Sherwood had basically since the trade brought him to San Jose from Vancouver. But now some adjustments as Sherwood has not found the net, and that group seemed to just be a little out of sync. It's not always easy playing with Macklin Celebrini for everybody in this league. Not to say Sherwood can't, but right now they're going to try him with this group, with the center Wenberg, as the Canadiens come back. A chance at the front of the net for Juraj Slafkovsky, the 21-year-old coming off a big Olympics for Slovakia, where he teamed up with Pavel Regenda of the Sharks and got to that bronze medal game where, unfortunately for them, they lost to Finland. Slafkovsky had another great tournament, just part of this tremendously deep offensive group, like Ivan Demidov, number 93, who just passed off to Slafkovsky. Shot from the point by Struble, deflecting out of play.
What I would like to see from the Sharks, doing a better job of getting pucks behind the defense. They're trying to make too many plays in front of the D, and that allows this to happen. Montreal, a good transition team because they've got the good speed. Their D get up in the play very well, so they get shots to the net. Ryan Warsofsky just said it to his team. Pucks behind, pucks behind. You got to make sure you get that forecheck game going. Check for your chances.
Tremendous pace to the start of this one, just 4.5 minutes in, as Montreal starts just a 3-game road trip for them. All the games in California, but as a group, you could sense they were very excited to get out of cold and snowy Montreal and hit the California sunshine when they stepped off their aircraft yesterday. Here's Alex Newhook, gets it out wide. Zach Bolduc now gains the zone for Montreal, fires it into the corner wide of the net. Chipped back out by Zach Ostapchuk, part of that group of young players for the Sharks. Ostapchuk picked up by the Sharks from the Ottawa Senators, where he saw a lot more of the Montreal Canadiens than he ever will with the Sharks. These two teams tonight meet one another just twice every year. Wouldn't it be something if they met in the playoffs? Do the math, you know what that would mean. As it goes to the net and off Dobish, controlled now by Hudson for Montreal. Lane Hudson, the Rookie of the Year in the NHL last season. What a year he had on the blue line for the Montreal Canadiens. Not a high first-round draft pick because of his size, 5'9". Hudson fell in his draft year, but he was picked in the second round, and what a blue chipper he turned out to be. Toffoli now for Eklund, back for Tyler. Fans on the shot as there was pressure from Philip Deneau, who was traded mid-season from LA to Montreal. Now Anderson's pass is intercepted by Ferraro, back to the front of the net, and a backhand there by Gallagher, handled by Yaro Askarov.
Another save by Askarov, but the coaching staff again trying to get on the guys to play a little bit more of a straightforward game. The Sharks get pressure, turnover, and then Gallagher in front. Boy, how often when we're talking about Brendan Gallagher, we're talking about him being in front of the net. Not very big, but man, he's got a big heart, and he plays big.
Another guy who plays bigger than he is, Gallagher, also 5'9", the Edmonton native. He's the elder statesman at 33 on this Montreal team, closing in on 900 games. This is his 894th of his career. Celebrini's line back on the ice with Colin Graff now on the wing, along with the usual suspect alongside Macklin, Will Smith, who since coming off their injury has been a point-a-game player again. Kapanen with a shot, he scores, may have deflected off the defense, and it's 1-0 Montreal.
And the red jerseys in the stands cheer their team. This does go off of John Klingberg's stick. He's backing up a little bit, but just goes off the stick and deflects by. It's a shot that is normally going to be stopped by the goaltender, but the deflection changes everything, kind of flip and flops and deceives Yaroslav Askarov. I didn't like the sort out there. I thought that Will Smith could have kept coming straight forward and maybe shut that drive down a little bit, but again, that's an easier call from here than to make it on the ice.
So a first goal of the game for 22-year-old Swedish forward Oliver Kapanen. That's his 19th of the year. And he's having an outstanding first year for Montreal. Shot from the point. That one skipped dangerously wide as Noah Dobson kind of ended up knuckling that to the net after it was deflected. And right now, Montreal, despite starting a road trip after a long cross-continent flight, look to have a lot of jump in their game here at the Shark Tank early on. Cleared back to center, but it's back to the Montreal Canadiens again, and Struble will fire it in. Sharks being outshot 4-0 here in the early going by the visitors in this 50th all-time meeting between these two teams. They'll go at it again in a little bit over a week. Sharks' next road trip will include a stop at the Bell Center in Montreal. Here's Sam Dickinson. His shot just deflecting wide as Misa was setting up shop up front. And now Michael Misa back for Benny Desharnais. A pass into traffic. Eklund will scoop it to the corner. And now Misa with his head up sends it back to the point. Misa took a hit there from Struble as Eklund will move to the puck and send it deep there for Tyler Toffoli. Joined by Misa, who's leaned on by Struble. Also there, another Montreal defender as they grind it out down low. Referee encouraging them to move the puck. So far, that's not happening. Down goes Carrier for Montreal. It's moved up top. Dickinson changing sides. Desharnais off the boards. This will carry him around to Carrier. And the Sharks aren't able to get anything out of that zone time as far as a good chance goes. Askarov, no choice but to take a whistle here. Montreal with the first goal of the game. Oliver Kapanen with his 19th, giving the Canadiens the lead with 11:47 left here in the opening period. Askarov, as you said, Drew, not especially sharp against Edmonton on Saturday, but good enough to get the job done. 22 saves for the Sharks on Saturday in that 5-4 victory over the Oilers. Especially pleasant because it was in regulation. And the way things are going right now, and Edmonton's playing tonight, even after tonight, the Sharks will have 3 games in hand on the Oilers, and that may end up being the team they are chasing when all is said and done. We shall see. Here's Goodrow sending it up for Misa. This line will head to the bench now for the Sharks. Adam Gaudette back into the lineup as the Sharks get some jump and some speed and some enthusiasm from Gaudette's return. His first game since the Olympic break. Klingberg, a pass that hit a skate. Klingberg will get a second chance. He'll put this one into the corner, but it's routinely collected by Hudson. Now Cooley back for Lane Hudson, who was a teammate for the one season at Boston University with Macklin Celebrini. That 23-24 season, after which Macklin was drafted first overall by the Sharks in the summer of 24. Kirby Dach, the former Chicago first-round draft pick. He's fought a ton of injuries so far in his somewhat brief career in the NHL. Dach still only 25, playing on the top line here tonight. Pass in for Graf. And Dobish finally makes his first save of the game on a nice passing play that Colin Graf got quickly to the net. Lost his stick, Graf did, picks it back up. Montreal clears it back through the neutral zone. Shakir Mukhamadullin with it. He'll quickly relay it up for Graf, but it's intercepted by Hudson. Waits for his slide to get on side as it's flicked by the captain Suzuki back to the defenseman Matheson.
That was a nifty little play without a doubt. Macklin to Smith to Graf.
First shot of the game for the Sharks. Shots are 6-1 in favor of Montreal. Mario Ferraro. This is gloved down by Slafkovsky. Mario again. This time skating with it. Hands it off on the point for Sherwood. His shot blocked in front. Dobish made the stop. Kurashev can't get hold of it. And it's taken back by the Canadiens as Slafkovsky with 21 goals, 46 points on the season. Up for Montreal, number 20, Kurashev back the other way. He's checked by Demidov as Desharnais waits for it to fall. Both teams changing on the fly. The quick pass up for the former Montreal Canadien, Tyler Toffoli. Tyler spent the 20 through 22 seasons in Montreal, part of his very interesting journey after a Stanley Cup in Los Angeles for Toffoli. Here's Misa back up top. Dickinson to this side for Desharnais. Into traffic, up high, gloved down by the 6'4" Jakub Dobish in goal for Montreal, who lead it 1-0 here in the first.
Chicken Al Pastor is back at Chipotle, where fire meets flavor, where heat meets pineapple sweet, where chicken meets the sizzle of the grill, and where fans meet their favorite. Chicken Al Pastor, where fire meets flavor.
What would you give to be a champion? Blood, sweat, tears?
Sometimes, all it takes is blood to make an impact. That's why I'm teaming up with the American Red Cross to be a different kind of champion off the field. Together, we can tackle blood shortages and show up for patients in need. So are you with me? Let's be champions together. Make your appointment to donate blood today at redcrossblood.org.
Hi, is the Gregster in? Greg Barlow. I think he's the head of the dictionary. It's Kevin. Kevin Nealon from SNL. I also have the most popular hiking show on YouTube. We just need to chat with him about changing the definition of take a hike. Okay, so I'll just wait for him to call back. Okay. Well, until then, take a hike.
Get the best local sports content for the Sharks, A's, and 49ers. Set NBC Sports California as a preferred source on Google. Go to google.com/preferences/source. Type NBC Sports California and tap to confirm.
These are the standings in the Eastern Conference. Montreal in wild card 1, but they didn't get great news on the out-of-town scoreboard. Boston right behind them, a winner. So was Columbus tonight. So even though Montreal is having a good season, in a good spot, really with Columbus charging hard, nothing has quite been decided as far as the Canadiens go quite yet.
Well, Buffalo and Columbus have thrown really a wrench into everybody's plans. The way that Buffalo has taken off, and
Detroit.
And Detroit, yeah. Todd McClellan's done a fantastic job as usual with the Detroit Red Wings.
There's a shot off the post by Will Smith, right off the face-off, an inch or two away from tying this game. Will Smith, who had a great goal here on Sunday afternoon. Now Matheson getting it back up the boards for Doc for Montreal. Picked up by Nick Suzuki. Suzuki, Montreal's leading scorer with 68 points. They traded for him. They got him from Vegas in the Pacioretty deal. Here's Celebrini, goes upstairs. Penalty coming up to Montreal. The Sharks will have a power play.
Well, Will Smith right off the face-off. Good job by Colin Graff. Just that little pick on Suzuki, that little screen. He makes sure he's moving. That gives Will all the time in the world. Will is going to drive up, kick it to the outside. Vinny Desharnais is going to join the rush, and you're just going to see behind the play as the remnants of Vinny Desharnais' legs are sprawled on the ice as Nick Suzuki took the penalty on interference on the way back.
So Montreal on the penalty kill. That is not one of their strengths, ranked 25th. Sharks 18th on the power play, but the power play goals lately for the Sharks have been few and far between, although they did have one for Michael Misa, the first of his career here in the win over Edmonton on Saturday afternoon. See if they can get this tied up here with their first opportunity with the man advantage. Smith out there to Celebrini, off his stick. Macklin trying to get to it himself, but it's cleared back.
The two areas where the San Jose Sharks need to improve is number one right there, entries into the zone. They haven't been clicking on it, and believe it or not, Coach Warsofsky wants them to be a little bit more patient on the power play.
Celebrini offside with Smith just half a stride ahead of him there on that entry.
2 in a row, which you can do a good job. Like what Montreal does is they do a very good job. They box up in the neutral zone. They just like a box in the defensive zone. They box up. It's 2-2, and you got to find your way through. And as soon as the puck enters the zone, they pressure. So you got to make sure you've got support and timing entering the zone.
Sharks power play ranked 18th at the start of the day. Here's a block. Chance for Macklin off the post. That's 2 goal posts on this power play. One from Smith, one from Celebrini. Smith trying to send it back to Macklin again. That time it was blocked down low by Alex Carrier. Now they grind it out down on the boards. Kicked by Matheson. Dano trying to flip it clear. Got it to Evans. And Carrier will slap it all the way down, but it hit somebody leaning over the bench.
Well, not exactly the way you draw it up as a coach, but you got to recover pucks. You got to get on it. Good stick by Will Smith defensively. What a stick lift right there by Wenberg. And the heads up knowledge that knowing Macklin's right there behind him. There, get in, get on the check. And there's Wenberg with the stick lift, and then he lifts the leg and leaves it for Macklin. That's really smart. Off the glove. Just that close.
I called it off the post, but you're right. It was off the glove of Jakub Dobish. That'll count as a save and a shot on goal.
I had the benefit, Randy, of a slow motion replay.
Yes, you did. I was going to let you live with that excellence, but you're so honest. Sherwood for Eklund. Power play 2 on the ice now. Klingberg for William Eklund again. Back from the goal line from Misa. Klingberg loads up, and then his pass is blocked by Anderson. Shot on net by Sherwood. That's saved by Dobish, and it skips out of play.
Just on that play by John Klingberg, where it just gets deflected. I'd like to see John maybe go to the net with that play. He's talking to right now Philip Kurashev. But good job again with puck recovery and support there. Sherwood turns and fires. I do love that, as you see movement over towards the puck. Don't wait for the puck to come to you when you've got that man advantage. That extra guy's got to go get it.
Sherwood with 9 hits against Winnipeg here on Sunday. He has 13 shots on goal and another one right there. Make it 14 now for Sherwood in the last 3+ games. Hasn't found the net yet, but you know it's coming.
Yeah.
17 goals when he was with the Canucks earlier. Sherwood back now for Eklund. He'll look off and get free of Evans. Klingberg, and then Evans stole it. That's the second block on a Klingberg pass by number 71 for Montreal, Jake Evans.
He's telegraphing that play. You can tell the way he's opening his body and opening his stick up. He's showing everybody that's where the pass is going.
Here's Eklund. Kurashev looking at the point for Misa. Matheson there. He's checked by Kurashev, but it pops free to Montreal, and it's cleared by Carrier. And now Danault sends it off to the wing for Suzuki, who's out of the penalty box. A penalty kill credited to the Montreal Canadiens, and they get their leading scorer back on the ice. Now Lane Hudson with some of those head fakes and dekes that you talked about in pregame line. He's amazing.
Crazy.
Zach Bolduc on the side. It's Newhook, who Montreal got in a trade from Colorado. They gave up a first-round draft pick to get Alex Newhook. He still doesn't feel like he's played his best hockey in Montreal. A lot of that due to injury for Newhook. Here's Bolduc, and that hit escape. On the backhand, swept to the net again by Hudson. And here comes Barclay Goodrow in transition. He'll chase down Noah Dobson, who's able to get to it first. Brendan Gallagher for Lane Hudson. And he'll backskate now as Montreal changes up, as do the Sharks with the Celebrini line back on the ice. Macklin pressuring his former teammate Hudson. In for Montreal, it's Cole Caulfield. He had a big game for them against the Washington Capitals on Saturday. Caulfield did with 2 goals. He almost had a first period hat trick in that game. As Graff works it to Celebrini. Macklin, the entry, and now Dickinson to the inside. Graff trying to find it back in front. Dickinson scooped it just wide as Smith finds Celebrini at the point. Macklin with the puck, shoots, and Dobish with the save, and no rebound. Montreal up a goal here in the first.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, and the whole world smiles with you. And when you're laughing, oh, when you're laughing, then the sun comes shining through. Oh, when you're smiling, keep on smiling, and the whole world smiles with you.
Come to the bright side in San Diego.
SMUD's Clean Power City movement is happening. Hundreds of thousands have joined the charge. They're taking action, driving electric, making clean power choices, and saving money with SMUD rebates. Together, we're creating clean power cities, while SMUD keeps our promise to deliver world-class safety, reliability, and some of the lowest rates in California. The Clean Power City movement is changing the world, one charge at a time. For 99 ways to join the charge, visit cleanpowercity.org.
There's regular cold. And then there's the mountains are blue cold. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
$50 and $35. Even before Montreal selected him first overall in 2022, Juraj Slafkovský had already made a name for himself on the world stage. At the age of 17, he led Slovakia to a bronze medal at the Olympics in Beijing. He led the tournament in scoring. He was the tournament MVP. And just last month in Milan, he led Slovakia in scoring with 8 points, taking the team to the semifinals. He is a huge celebrity in his home country. According to Olympic teammate Pavel Regenda, everyone in Slovakia simply refers to him as Mr. Olympics. And Randy, you were saying 46 points in 59 games so far this season. He's good on the NHL stage too. Chalk it up to young and exciting.
Absolutely. Drafted first overall in 2020 when a lot of people thought Shane Wright would go. Here's Smith to the net. Grab, scores! The Sharks' top line ties it up here in the first period.
Watch the play by John Klingberg, the defenseman, coming in right here. He steps in, makes the play, stops the breakout for happening, and then a beautiful passing play. So much good work goes into this. Klingberg keeps it in, gets it between the legs, and then he tucks it over to Smith, to Celebrini, to Smith, to Graf, who sees the opening. Boom! That's a heads-up play by 4 very smart hockey players.
Colin Graf with the goal for the Sharks. He needed one. Wasn't that many games ago, 6 that he scored, but with the long Olympic break, it was a long time ago, January 29th. Over a month for Colin Graf to find the net. That's his 16th of the year.
And on the offensive face-off right now, they're coming right back out from Ryan Warsofsky. He's seeing it. He's seeing that they're feeling something right now.
Smith and Celebrini get the assist, so nice to see things pay off for the coaching staff. You make that tweak. You take Graf off the third line with Wenberg, put him up on the top line, and swap out Kiefer Sherwood, and it pays instant dividends here in the opening period for the Sharks. We've got a 1-1 game as the Sharks score on their 6th shot. Here's Celebrini off the mask of Dobish, and Macklin looking for the lead right there, and he almost got it. Good pressure down low, but we've got a whistle, and it's the mask of Dobish because of that shot of Celebrini that caught him up high. Must have released one of the straps there or part of the cage.
One thing, Macklin Celebrini, well, lots of things. Look at how good he is at coming back and being that third guy, making sure he takes away that pass. That's how reliable he is. He's that third man high, right? And now he gets the shot off the mask of Dobish. And it didn't look like it snapped the mask a little bit, just loosened that for sure. Now they're just going to replace his mask and not replace the strap. They'll do that on the bench a little bit later.
So Celebrini and Smith with some of their usual magic again. Macklin now with 84 points. That was his 55th assist of the season. And Will Smith continues his almost point-a-game pace. That's 42 points for Smith in just 46 games played. He'd be awfully close to 60 points, I think, had he not been hurt. A shot saved by Askarov on a hard wrister there from Montreal's Oliver Kapanen, who has their goal. Celebrini again, one-on-one against Caden Gooley. They literally do battle there, and Slafkovský will get it back for the Canadiens. Glove down by Orlov. Presents it to Celebrini. Shoots, and it's parried away by Dobish as Celebrini is feeling it here. Macklin waits. The pass for Kurashev. And it's picked off by the Montreal defense in front of Dobish. And a good thing, Rowena, a tap-in goal for Phil Kurashev. And Celebrini is on fire. Here's Wenberg back on the attack. Gets wide against Carrier. Back to the point. Mukmadulin. Ferraro dusts it off. Blocked by Josh Anderson. He'll turn it the other way. As breaking in is Brendan Gallagher. Gallagher against the much bigger Mukmadulin. This will skip out, and now Sherwood racing to it. He's got Kurashev with him. 2-on-1, but a great defensive play initially. Then the shot by Sherwood deflecting wide. Struble made a big stop defensively there on the 2-on-1. Anderson back the other way. Stopped by Askarov. Here's Ferraro. Ferraro to Sherwood. He'll lift it out of the zone, back through center ice. Tremendous pace here as these two exciting young teams are going back and forth. Eklund turns it over. Evans works it free. Newhook back up to Hudson. Lane Hudson just a little wide with that shot over the glove of Askarov. Down to 2 minutes to go in this first period. Bolduc protecting down low. Misa trying to move it off. Zach Bolduc. They continue to grind it out. Desharnais there for the Sharks as well. Newhook takes a hit from Big Vinny. Newhook trying to kick it around. He had a teammate waiting. Bolduc finds Hudson open at the point. Here's Hudson juking. Gets it back. Dobson a shot over the glove of Askarov. Now Hudson checked hard on the near side by Eklund. This is Mukmadulin. Had it. Lost it. Bolduc back to the inside for Evans. Intercepted by Eklund. Eklund trying to chase it down. But Dobson had a step. Gets to it first for Montreal. He'll dish it back behind the net. Changes for both sides as we're down to 1:20 here in the first. Hudson. And then the pass from Dobson. Orlov finds a man up ice. That was Goodrow. Couldn't hang on. Top line on for Montreal late here. Suzuki on the pass from Caulfield. He'll dump it around and down. Askarov handling it. Nice give for Klingberg. Excellent distribution there by Yaro Askarov. Here's Ostapchuk. He'll work that through Struble down low. Doc got there first, took a hit to make the play, but he made the play. Sharks can't hold the zone. Now Askarov has to come out here as he's got Suzuki bearing down on him and almost gave it to Suzuki. Got lucky there. Here's Celebrini. He'll wait, shoot, deflects off Carrier up high off the glass. Back down on the near side, or the far side, Demidov. Here's back for Smith. Still time for the Sharks here on this shift. Will Smith on the Celebrini pass. Couldn't handle it. He's a little hot to his stick. Desharnais knocks it down. Macklin as Smith gets onside. Back it comes, and Dickinson will have to chase it down. Final seconds of the opening period here is Sam Dickinson. Carefully up for Graff off his stick onto the Montreal bench. We'll have at least one more face-off.
Well, sorry, there was a line down here thrown up by Tyler Toffoli. Got me laughing a little bit.
Tell us.
I can't.
Can't keep things like that to yourself. Here's Matheson. He'll send it off the Montreal face-off. Wind down the ice. That'll do it for the opening period. And what an exciting 20 minutes it was. Young Oliver Kapanen tied for second among all rookie goal scorers with 19. Another youngster, the Sharks, Colin Graff, all of 23 years of age, getting his 16th of the year for the Sharks. A period in the books here in this long-awaited matchup between two of the top young teams in all of the league. 1-1 after one. Alan Hoshida and the great Dan Boyle, the Stanley Cup champion and Olympic gold medalist, here at the SAP Center. Drew will also be back to talk to Colin Graff.
Once people tried Taco Bell's new Lutz Value menu, which includes the new mini taco salad with its crispy tortilla shell bowl and lavish chipotle crema, they started expecting everything to be as Lutz. Wondering which is the mini taco salad fork? It's this one. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
Oh my goodness. Look at your little boo. What happened?
Other Saturdays.
Okay, you gotta be careful, okay?
I know.
Okay, let's get you off your feet. We're gonna get your Medicare prescriptions delivered.
When life gets the best of you, get the best help with your prescriptions.
Krispies treats.
Chewy.
Crispy.
Excuse me, Anna. 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 We'll see you now. Treat your inner child.
Yay!
Wherever life takes you, keep it original.
Ben's original.
Kids aren't the only ones drowning in social media, but teens are definitely the most attached to their phones, which is not all good. Kids who spend too much time texting and posting are more likely to feel isolated and depressed. No one is saying throw your phone away, but once in a while, try actually calling somebody. Talking is even more social than social media. For more clues on how to clear your head and brighten your outlook, try visiting one more site, yourlifeyourvoice.org.
Ow! Oh.
Whoa, watch where you're going.
Yeah, Mom, pay attention.
What if it's a concussion?
Hang on. I'll look it up.
I'm probably fine. Probably.
We noticed something wasn't right and got her to a doctor.
I thought I was okay, but I had a concussion. Sometimes it's hard to tell on your own.
Don't mess with your melon.
If you hit it, get it checked.
Celebrations encouraged. Casino Matrix has the games with more than 100 screens and 49 action-packed gaming tables. Every seat is the best seat in the house with 4 dining concepts, including Zone 8 Sports Bar and Grill and Sushi Confidential. There's always a chance to score. Open 24/7, just 8 minutes from the SAP Center, located right off Highway 101 near San Jose Airport. Casino Matrix, just drop in.
Mom, I got it.
Life is but a dream. Row your life is but a dream.
Change happens fast. Lock in your internet price for 5 years and get online in no time with same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
That looked like a furious pace of a period.
Yeah, it was quick. It was quick. Let's see if we can keep getting pucks on them and try to turn some more pucks over.
On that goal, lots of things happens on that goal. What's the big read for you? You didn't jump in right away. That's a situation where your timing was perfect.
We actually watched some video on it this morning with Olms and just about timing it getting to the net, and then just a bunch of elite plays before that. Just go to the net with my stick on the ice.
You're a guy that can play up and down the lineup, and you've done so successfully no matter where you are. But is there a bigger difference playing with Macklin and Will?
I mean, yeah, they're elite players for a reason. It's they make really good plays just like on that goal. So it's on me to find space and try to execute when I try to get those chances.
Thank you for this.
Thank you.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Would you like to hit or stack?
Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got it. Hey, she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say. Still got it.
I think I'll stay.
Young Zoe was born to be a champion because even as a kid, she had a thirst for knowledge. Today, Zoe applies her wealth of knowledge to all of her repair calls. Service Champions is now offering a $58 tune-up for your furnace or AC. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Get moving towards better sleep with a new mattress from Mancini Sleep World, backed by our 365-night comfort guarantee and free next-day delivery on top brands like Tempur-Pedic, starting at $29 a month.
Mancini Sleep World, rest easy.
Entyvio is the only gut-focused treatment for moderate to severe Crohn's and UC. Gut-focused Entyvio works right where you need it. to block inflammation in your gut. With a legacy of more than 10 years, Entyvio offers the experience you need, lasting relief and steroid-free remission. And some people experience rapid symptom relief. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. Although unlikely, PML, a rare brain infection that can result in death, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. With Entyvio, you may be able to pay as little as $0 per dose. Ask your doctor if Entyvio, including the Entyvio pen, is right for you.
Gut focused Entyvio.
Everyone wants to be the Cadbury bunny, because only he brings delicious Cadbury cream eggs, while others may keep trying. No bunny knows Easter better than Cadbury.
When a car knocks you off your bike, our team will get you back on your feet. Justice takes more than a fighter. You need a champion. Walk Up Personal Injury Law. Call 866-WALK-UP-LAW.
In the NHL, silver isn't for second place, it's for everything.
Coming off USA's historic win, Tage Thompson leads the Buffalo Sabres.
Thompson, what a goal!
Against Sweden's Erik Karlsson and the Penguins.
Karlsson with a bullet!
Then rookie phenom Matthew Schaefer leads the Islanders against Sweden's Adrian Kempe and the Kings.
Kempe wins it!
The NHL is back.
Thursday on ESPN.
The San Jose Sharks and Montreal Canadiens are tied at 1 after the opening period in San Jose. It was kind of a back and forth period. San Jose really got things going in the second half, but it was Oliver Kapanen getting the Habs on the board first, and it was a little redirection in front off of John Kleinberg's stick. Yaroslav Askarov, not a lot he could do on this.
No, it looked from up top. The first time I saw it, I was like, I didn't like that one, but you know, obviously when it goes off the stick like that, it's tough to pick up with a goalie.
But then as the period went on, Macklin Celebrini started to find his old footing, and the San Jose Sharks would do the same. It would be the NCAA line, Mac, Will, Colin Graff, Quinnipiac finishing it off.
That's awesome. I mean, they're so much fun to watch. All three of them very smart, responsible, a couple of quick plays there. Just an amazing goal.
Another reason why you stay in school.
Yeah, kids, stay in school.
Dan Boyle's also a college guy, if you didn't know, right?
I am. College graduate, might I add.
So
Miami, Ohio.
So what do they need to continue to do here, the Sharks, in the second period?
Besides playing the Celebrini line, about 27 minutes.
I don't think you can do that.
No, you can't? Okay. No, obviously, you know, I got off to a slow start, which sometimes happens. Montreal plays very quickly. I just think that play your game. I think those young guys are leading the way. Just follow suit.
And really quickly, power play. What do they need to do? You're power play quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's not working, try. You know, you got to do something different. Get your shots at the net, shot volume, and go from there. All right, we got some fun ones behind us.
We're out here at the South Bar. When we come back here on Sharks Intermission Live, we'll go back inside to the arena and hear from Randy and Drew as they get you set for the second.
For no matter what crosses your path, get coverage confidence with AAA Insurance.
Your neighbors are coming from all over to Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill. Because right now you'll receive additional protection or a $2,500 rebate with qualifying Sub-Zero Wolf and Cove packages. Friedman's Appliance, perhaps the greatest showroom in the country.
Sub Club members can get any footlong for just $6.99. All your favorites packed with crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. Great bread, great meats, great sauce, great deal. Use this code in the app to get your $6.99 footlong today. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Have your truck, let's go.
4 parks. 1 vacation that changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort.
Finally feeling better, lighter than a feather. Got the magic and it feels like a dream. We got our head in the clouds, we're never coming down. Sunshine feeling, sunshine feeling.
This is San Jose Sharks star Macklin Celebrini. He's a big fan of the NBC Sports California app.
It's true.
It's got highlights, articles, videos, scores.
Everything a Sharks fan wants.
Thanks, Macklin. Download it now.
Sharks Hockey on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Downtown Subaru of Oakland, home of pure pricing. Our best and lowest price is placed in the window of every car.
Montreal's captain, Nick Suzuki, scoring a big goal at the Winter Olympics for the silver medal-winning Canadian team. He and the Sharks tied 1-1 here after a period with Drew Amanda inside the glass. Exciting first period, but it took a little while for the Sharks to get going, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. You mentioned it. If the Montreal Canadiens getting off that long flight, they seem to have more jump. They seem to get things going earlier, and they really did. They were getting up the ice. They were pressuring the Sharks, but once the Sharks found their game, it got to be a lot of fun.
Well, so many young, talented offensive players in this game, including Oliver Kapanen, who we didn't even talk about earlier. Our 4th place of the game starts with his goal.
Yeah, and it's a 200-foot goal. The Canadiens get into a nice job on the exit out of the zone. They've got support coming up. They got nice play underneath by Kapanen, and then he just is able to take the ice that's available. Yeah, a little bit lucky because it goes off of John Klingberg's stick, but it's because he had so much speed. The Sharks backed up. I didn't love how the Sharks handled the rush, but got to give it to Kapanen for shooting the puck with the opportunity when he had it. On the second goal, or the first Sharks goal, second of the game, what a play by John Klingberg. Just having that poise and that smarts, and then he gets it to Celebrini. Watch this. Look at it. Stands up. Graf leaves it. Klingberg over to Celebrini. Now Smith rolls in behind, and look at the smart play by Colin Graf as he protects the inside lane, gets his stick down heavy, off the net and into the net. Just a terrific play all around after a lost draw.
Great to see the Sharks top line get inside there where so many of the goals in the NHL come from. Tara's back in a moment with Craig Button of TSN in Canada to talk trade deadline, which is Friday.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Wow. Awesome. Cool.
Sweet. Nice. Hey! I like your dress.
You look pretty.
No, you look pretty.
No, you look pretty.
No, you.
Right now, lease the sporty Corolla for just $229 a month. Or you can lease that 51 MPG hybrid Camry for just $259 a month.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Dave's company just scored the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. It's 5 years of reliable gig speed internet, 5 years of advanced security, and 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
5 years?
5 years. The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee, powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
Switch to Comcast Business and ask how to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card. Or get started for $59.99 a month. For a limited time only. Call today.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, when you're smiling, when you're smiling, and the whole world smiles with you. Smiles with you. And when you're laughing, oh, when you're laughing, then the sun comes shining through. Oh, when you're smiling, keep on smiling, keep on smiling, and the whole world smiles with you.
Come to the bright side in San Diego.
The pursuit of luxury starts at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Our sales, service, and parts teams ensure an exceptional ownership experience. Explore our wide selection of new, certified pre-owned, all makes and models, and Sprinter vans today. Visit us right off I-5 at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton.
Welcome back inside SAP Center, tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play. We are lucky enough as we lead up to Friday's trade deadline to have one of the best in the business, the man who knows what's up. TSN's Craig Button in the house. Craig, tell us very quickly, what should Sharks fans be looking out for when it comes to the trade deadline?
Well, I think, first of all, you got a team that's right on the cusp of the playoffs. Can they make it? Maybe players go out, but I think if Mike Greer can try to find a way to build up his blue line, add some players there, that might not happen at the deadline, but there's a lot of seeds that get planted at the deadline. I think when you look at the skill up front, that Mike Greer's, desires would be trying to build up that blue line.
Obviously, everybody's keeping their cards pretty close to the chest, but you have your ear to the ground. Is there anything you're hearing about any specific players on the Sharks?
Yeah, the Kiefer Sherwood, if they fall out of it, that he could be a player. You know he'd be in much demand around the league for playoff teams. So while they acquired him, he might be short time here in San Jose.
Oh boy, okay. Well, it's an exciting week. Craig, thank you so much for joining us. We're going back to Randy for the second period. Randy.
Colin Graff with the goal in that first period for the Sharks, but what a period for Macklin Celebrini. Led all forwards for both teams with 7 minutes and 12 seconds of ice time, 4 shots on goal, an assist on the goal, 60% in the face-off circle for Macklin. Oliver Kapanen had a big period for Montreal as well. He was 83% on draws, and when you're getting that kind of numbers from a rookie centerman, which Kapanen is for Montreal, you gotta love it if you're Marty St. Louis, the head coach of the Montreal Canadiens. Our thanks to Craig Button, former general manager in the NHL and a terrific broadcaster, brings so much knowledge and energy to everything he does. And if you haven't seen him, check him out online. He's terrific.
He was also a big part of the Dallas Stars championship as an assistant GM. Such a smart guy and just knows everything about every player. It's amazing.
And he's almost as well dressed as you, almost.
He's got a little bit more flash than I do.
Trade deadline is Friday. I'm not sure the Sharks can really fall out by Friday, Drew, because of those 3 games in hand on Edmonton. It really puts things in a flux if the Sharks were to come up empty tonight and Edmonton were to win. And right now, Edmonton is trailing at home against Ottawa. Yeah, there'd be a little more separation, but with those 3 games in hand, that changes a lot if the Sharks can take advantage of that disparity.
I'm of the opinion that I think Mike Greer has had a plan, or I know he's had a plan all along, and even though the success this year so far of the Sharks, hold on, I don't think he's going to...
That was a save by Dobish off Kurashev. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't think he's going to deviate from that plan much. I think he's going to stay patient because I do believe that he likes what he sees with this group, and this group's culture in that room is fantastic.
And I think what Button said is true with the forward group and the forwards percolating in the American Hockey League. Of course, we saw Chernyshov here, and he was impressive, and others. The emphasis is on defense right now. The Sharks really only have 2 defensemen under contract for next year, the rookie Dickinson and the veteran Orlov. That's it. So a lot of decisions have to be made, not between now and Friday, but certainly between now and the start of next season as to whether or what that blue line is going to look like. Doc up to the line for Montreal, rejected back into neutral ice, and the Sharks certainly reasserted themselves in this hockey game. I thought Montreal had the upper hand for the first 7 or 8 minutes, Drew, but now it's the Sharks who seem to be taking control of things a little more here on home ice.
What I like, Randy, is that we talked about one of our keys being 5 guys connected. They've started to bring that into their game. 5 guys in all pictures and all the zones.
Slafkovsky now in for Montreal. Always dangerous, and we saw him with his tremendous Olympic tournament. Second Olympic tournament for him, as Tara was discussing. Graff's going to take a penalty here. Chance for Montreal with the extra skater coming on, but Sharks get position. Collins headed to the penalty box.
Just one of those penalties where the stick is in the way. It happens. Colin going in, gets his stick in between the legs.
San Jose, number 51.
Causes the trip.
2-minute minor, tripping.
Now this power play's been cooking in the last little while. 8 goals or 7 goals in their last 8 games on 21 power play opportunities, around a 38% mark. Well,
Hudson up top, but the key is Nick Suzuki, their captain. He has 31 of his team-leading 68 points on the power play, and Slavkovsky, the trigger man, he's got 10 power play goals. So does Suzuki. Between them, 20 with the man advantage. Sharks with a clear to start. So Hudson out there with Cole Caulfield, Ivan Demidov, Juraj Slavkovsky, and here's the captain, Nick Suzuki, with it now. With speed into the zone, off the rush, Suzuki. Good stick there by Desharnais. At least interrupts things a little bit, if not clear. Now Demidov, talented Russian. Debuted last year in the playoffs before he played a regular season game. Suzuki and a steal for Zach Ostapchuk. Zach has Goodrow joining him on the rush, and it's cut off by Montreal before it got through to Barclay Goodrow. Demidov gloved ahead. You can do that in your own zone. Sharks did not clear it. It was almost like Goodrow was afraid to touch it. Maybe he was just spinning away from him. He couldn't get to it. That would have been a legal touch in the defensive zone on the hand pass. Hudson dropping now for the puck carrier, Alex Newhook. He's in with speed, and Askarov fights it off with a save. A partial clear for Dickinson. Now Eklund has the wide open Shakir Mukhamadullin on the wing. He'll just play it behind the net. Now Noah Dobson, the former Islander defenseman. Up for Gallagher. Kirby Dach leaving it for Newhook. He'll bust his way in across the line. Chase down the Boulder's pass. Grabbed a hold of Mukhamadullin. Newhook did. Another clear for the penalty kill. Sharks have gotten rid of most of it here. 10 to go on the minor to grab. Hudson, or Dobson rather. A fumble at the line by Boldo through Celebrini on the ice. He's got Graff joining him out of the penalty box. The pass, the shot, and the save by Dovish. Celebrini one-hands it back. Klingberg shot off a Montreal skater out of the zone to Orlov, who fires it back in. Oh, Colin Graff set up by Celebrini as Graff came out of the box, almost had his second of the game.
Smarts of Macklin Celebrini just to wait just for a little second, and Colin Graff just finding that open ice.
On a 12-game night in the NHL for the fans out of this time zone. What a delicious nightcap, huh?
It's unreal.
These two terrific teams with so much young talent. Klingberg, he's checked back there by Josh Anderson. Now Evans to the line. And they score! A tip in front. It looked like Anderson got it last on the shot by Matheson. Maybe it went off a Shark. Either way, it's 2-1 Montreal.
Well, from my vantage point, Randy, looking at this, I don't think Yaroslav Askarov had a hope of seeing this. Maybe this will give me a better angle, but look at the bodies in front. Look at Yaroslav trying to find it. Then he does at the very last second, but it's tipped. Again, inside position key here. Dmitry Orlov slamming the gate because he's mad. He knows that's his guy. He wanted to have that stick, or at least have Anderson to the outside. Wasn't able to box out, wasn't able to get inside position. And because of that, Anderson tips it in, and it's 2-1. But it's just a simple little play, right? Get to the net, find a lane, get the puck there as well.
I'm wondering if Phil Deneau tipped that up higher. We'll take another closer look at it, but Montreal's up for a second time tonight. Slavkovsky moving it to Kapanen. Now here's Demidov. One defender back, Mario Ferraro. 3-on-1. And the save by Askarov off Kapanen. What a stop by Yaroslav Askarov. Carrier. He'll move it back for Demidov. Now back come the Canadiens on the attack again. Slavkovsky has the zone. Demidov, what a play there to get out of traffic. Away from Misa and back to the point. Hudson, that'll fall to William Eklund.
Long shift. They're a little tired right now, the Sharks.
Here's Gallagher, and a great play by Adam Gaudette, and then Askarov denying Gallagher right at the front of the net, and it's cleared back down. This will be an icing against a Sharks team that's doing a lot of defending since that goal by Phil Deneau, as it turns out.
Sees the momentum, and right now the Montreal Canadiens sees the momentum. This is a heck of a save by Yaroslav Askarov, going out that athleticism, making that save. One more time, look at the stretch. Oh, baby, that is huge, and we'll be talking about that at the end of the game. That diving effort coming back negates that 2-on-1 opportunity, so the Sharks have got to get their game going. First starts with the change. They won the draw, now they can get out.
They do give credit to the goal for the goal to Phil Deneau.
Okay,
his fourth of the season. All of the goals so far tonight coming at even strength and icing charged here to the Canadiens.
So Deneau was up higher on that play. We saw there's that layers. You know, you always hear coaches talk about make sure you get layers at the net, away from net, maybe even to the side if you've got the opportunity. And Marty St. Louis' team goes to the net very well.
Celebrini, a terrific job in the face-off circle in the first period. This time it's controlled off the draw by Suzuki. Dickinson quickly relaying on to Graff, and now into the feet of Macklin. Caulfield able to fight off the back check from Celebrini and advance it for Montreal as Askarov ventures out of the net. And this one is going to come back on an icing call against Montreal.
Macklin's getting 2 for hooking.
Oh, it's a penalty to the Sharks. Macklin, Celebrini. We will pause. Montreal in the power play when we come back.
Okay.
Hey, let's go somewhere fun with AAA. Let's go for a night on the town. No kids. Let's go for a weekend away. Okay, let's bring the kids. But first, let's get this fixed.
AAA, your membership to go.
Let's talk Panera's new Mix and Match menu. Choose 2 or more, it's just $4.99 each. Hold up, is that sopressata, focaccia, Fuji apples, and it's $4.99 each? That's a deal that's actually a meal. It's the new Mix and Match menu at Panera.
Mom, I got it.
Life is but a dream. Life is but a dream.
Change happens fast. Lock in your internet price for 5 years and get online in no time with same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Jesse Owens was an Olympic legend in track and field, but he couldn't outrun lung cancer. It killed him at age 66. My grandfather died too young, and Black Americans are still at higher risk than others for getting lung cancer at a younger age. Plus, the cancer is likely to be more advanced by the time it's detected. Find out if you're at risk. For more information, go to this website and ask your healthcare provider how you can win the race against lung cancer.
Doug Huda talking to Barclay Goodrow, Zach Ostapchuk about the penalty kill. And they're on the penalty kill right here. Macklin Celebrini, the blade of the stick just touches the hands. And that's nowadays a hooking call.
The hands of Cole Caulfield. And Celebrini will sit for 2 or less, hopefully the full 2. And Montreal's power play on for a second time here tonight. Suzuki wins the draw, and now Lane Hudson goes to work on this number 7 ranked power play to start the day. Caulfield checked by Desharnais. Suzuki gets it back to Slavkovsky, and now from the point, Lane Hudson. Suzuki from the wing gets it from Caulfield and back. Hudson shoots. That one's blocked. And where is it? It's in Desharnais' gear. It does not come out until now, but that was after the whistle.
Vinny Desharnais does so much for the Sharks. Physical guy, uses that length That big reach disrupts a lot of passes, takes away a lot of chances, but also the big man gets in front, blocks the shot. If you're on the penalty kill, if you're anywhere in the National Hockey League, 5-on-5, 5-on-4, it doesn't matter. You better block shots.
Another face-off win for Suzuki. Hudson, and now a 2-on-1 down low. Askarov with the save right at the net on the shot from Cole Caulfield.
Just outweighted him. Good patience.
Hudson cruising through neutral ice to Cole Caulfield. Caulfield with 35 goals this year. Suzuki back up top. Hudson bottled it. Wenberg gets to it but can't clear. Hudson again on the wing for Caulfield. Suzuki. And Caulfield again. Caulfield went back door for Demidovi fan. Back to Caulfield. Askarov diving across. Makes another big save in this game. The Montreal power play looking as dangerous as advertised right now. Snapshot blocked in front. Suzuki relays up top, but it's Lane Hudson again. Dusts it off, shoots, tip, save. Recovered by Ferraro. Mario blasting it. Kraft got a piece of it. It's out of the zone, and Celebrini's 20 seconds clear of coming out of the box. And the chance of Askey. Askey coming out of the crowd here at the Shark Tank. He's made 13 saves, but 2 or 3 of the circus save variety. Dickinson can't prevent the shoot-in. Askarov sets it up behind the net. And then it's swept around and out by Eklund. This will be icing with Celebrini now back on.
Yaroslav Askarov has been, as you said, Randy, absolutely spectacular. Check out this save coming across. That's an empty netter, especially with Cole Caulfield. And look at Askarov come across. Not only he's got the pad out, but he gets the glove over the pad. Absolutely outstanding athleticism by Yaroslav Askarov.
Montreal hasn't had a 40-goal scorer. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Since Vinny Domfus in 93-94, the year after they won the Stanley Cup last Montreal in 93. Caulfield well on pace for that and more. Here's Kurashev. Back the other way for the now back to even strength Sharks. Down by a goal and a slapper by Sam Dickinson. Caught by Jakub Dobush.
Now the Sharks, they've been defending here a little bit. After the goal, things started rolling for the Montreal Canadiens. Then they took the penalty. The Sharks now, they need to get their game back. Ryan Warsawski talking to the guys about it. Just get back to simplicity. North-south, pucks behind the D. Get everybody in. 5 guys in every zone.
Celebrini well rested after that stint in the sin bin. And the face-off taken by Montreal this time as Newhook will fire it out for Bolduc. Caden Gooley the shoot-in, slowed down by Askarov. Klingberg working it on the boards. Newhook again inside for Bolduc and back up top quickly to Matheson, who has assists on both Montreal goals. Mike Matheson. Matheson again trying to cut around Will Smith. Poked by Orlov. Celebrini up with it. Taken back by Montreal. Newhook trying to fight his way to the net, and Askarov with no choice but to cover it up. A tenacious shift for Montreal. They lead it 2-1 here in the second.
There are those who say the modern world has made us lose touch with places like this. We say, that depends on what you're driving.
Get a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your California Ford dealer.
Hi, Alice. I'm here for
Your new prescription? Your refill. Indigestion again. Aisle 3. Joint support. Aisle 6. Uh-oh, aisle 5. Vitamin C, aisle 7. Let me call your doctor. Your insurance. Your grandkids are growing like weeds. Snacks are on aisle 9.
Go ahead. See you next time, Alice.
I'll see ya.
A fuller life deserves fuller care. That's the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Referral denied. Claim denied. Denied.
What if insurance, doctors, pharmacies came together and worked as one team?
If you can't get what you want, come with me.
That would be a better idea for healthcare. Kaiser Permanente.
The distance from Vinny Desharnais' hometown of Laval, Quebec to the Bell Centre in Montreal is approximately 18 miles or 30 kilometers if you speak metric. So no surprise he grew up a big fan of the Montreal Canadiens. I asked him today who his favorite players were when he was a kid. He said even though he himself has never been a flashy player, he always loved Alexei Kovalev. He also said he emulated Sheldon Soure's legendary slap shot. Vinny said it's always fun to play the Habs, but he has zero problem with his childhood allegiance. He's even converted the rest of his family into Sharks fans. Randy?
Vinny, a testament to hard work and perseverance. Drafted in the 7th round, 183 overall by the Edmonton Oilers 10 years ago. Playing in the show, gotta love it. Great man. Chance here for Toffoli. And now Eklund back for Misa. He scores! Michael Misa again, and it's 2-2.
Watch William Eklund in front. First of all, Eklund makes the play. He rolls back, creates all that space on the cutback. Now watch Toffoli go in with the stick lift. Eklund in front. Sorry, it was Misa with the cutback. He kicks it back. Now he's going to roll. Look at, there is Eklund in front. There's the stick lift by Tyler. Stay with it. Stay with it. And boom, there's Michael Misa coming back to the net. Great offensive instincts. Look at that. Beautiful job. Great job on the replay, guys.
Jakub Dobush trying to poke check that puck out of trouble, put it right onto Misa's stick. And Michael Misa buries it for his 5th goal of the season and his 5th point in the last 4 games as the 19-year-old center is blossoming here now as Sherwood shot up into the glove of Dobush, who have to be upset with putting that right on Misa's stick.
So again, another shot for Kiefer Sherwood. This is a good play at the blue line that creates this transition the other way. Gets a little piece of the Montreal defender, gets a little piece of this, I do believe. Right there, yep. Slows it down. Dobush is able to make the save, but a little bit more jump now for the Sharks.
Misa, the hero here on Sunday afternoon with his first career overtime goal in the Sharks' victory over the Winnipeg Jets. He ties it here in the 2nd. Drew, I had a feeling we'd be in for a good hockey game tonight. I was right.
Yes, you were.
Not the only one with all this talent. Are you kidding me? This is a marquee matchup tonight in the NHL. Sherwood trying to work it back for Macklin. And now trouble, but back just in time. Ferraro to keep Suzuki out of the zone. Now Celebrini between defenders. And the shot interfered with by Lane Hudson, who got his stick in there against his former teammate at BU. Klingberg wants Kurashev down low. He's wrapped up there by Dobson. Now Hudson trying to sort, but he's got black sweaters all around. Kurashev, he'll wheel it far side, and Klingberg first to it. Back for Celebrini. Leaves it behind, but Dobson there. Now Kurashev with a block. Here's Smith in back there. And the puck still up for grabs as Doc will clear it for Montreal. Under 8 to go in the 2nd period. 2-2, and here's Celebrini back in. For a grab, just a little behind him. Collin will dish for Macklin behind the goal, intercepted by Hudson. Orlov steps up. He got a stick up high. Penalty coming to Montreal. Askarov leaves the net. Sharks get an extra attacker on. Here's Klingberg. He'll work it on the wing for Orlov. Back to John Klingberg. Spread out now. The Sharks are offensively 6 on 5. Smith's shot knocked away by Dobish, who just got to his net in time.
Montreal penalty number 91, 2 minutes for slashing.
Oliver Kapanen with the penalty.
Stick comes up. You see it right there. But still, Orlov still is able to make the play to keep the puck alive. Backlund doesn't get everything on the shot, but Dobish is able to still swat it away. So here is a penalty kill. That is major important for the Sharks. They get that momentum and continue with it. They need to build on this penalty kill, or this power play, I should say.
Sharks have not had the lead in this game. Kapanen open scoring for Montreal in the first. Graf tied it. Danault here in the second gave Montreal the lead. And as we saw moments ago, Michael Misa equalized for the Sharks. Second power play of the game for San Jose. Orlov, Celebrini, Smith, Wenberg, and Toffoli, but it breaks down at the blue line. Carrier to the net. Askarov will leave it there for Orlov after the stop. And now Celebrini, 24 power play points for Macklin. He's got an assist tonight, 5 on 5 on the goal by Graf. Orlov down for Toffoli, couldn't settle it and got through his feet, but now he's got it back for Orlov. Dimitri for Will Smith. In his skates, he backs away, swings it low for Wenberg. Celebrini lurking on the left wing, unprotected right now, but now Danault gets right on him. Orlov back for Celebrini. Macklin across for Smith. Room, time, the shot tipped by Wenberg as Dobish scrambles to get back to his net. Wenberg's going to get called for tripping here, and now Carrier with a cross check on Wenberg as Evans went into the boards hard and is up slow for Montreal.
Sharks get control finally. Will Smith looking for the deflection in front. Head up. He takes a little bit off the shot. Deflection.
2 minutes for tripping.
Good save. And then going after. Oh yeah, just as Carrier's turning to fire the shot, his weight shifts back, and there's some pressure of the stick on the back of the leg, and that upends. Need defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens, so now it's 4 on 4.
Jake Evans back to the Montreal bench. Still a minute 2 left in the Kapanen minor. So as you said correctly, 4 on 4. Dobson's shot missing. And all the way back to Kate Gooley for Montreal. Misa up with Eklund here, 4 on 4 on the back end. Mukbadulin and Dickinson. Eklund got a stick rather high from Josh Anderson. Here's Dickinson. He sent it off the boards, but is broken up there by Montreal. New hook. Across for Noah Dobson. Into the corner. It's taken back by Mukbadulin for San Jose. Shakir Mukbadulin now with some open ice. 4 on 4 they go for a few seconds more. Sherwood shot off a deflection high. Picked up by Cole Caulfield. He's got Juraj Slafkovsky. Slafkovsky shot up high. And now Montreal on the power play just as the puck goes out of play.
It's not a bad situation for the Sharks. So the puck's up out of play. Now you can settle your guys down, get the penalty kill unit you want out on the ice.
All fans in attendance receive free Taco Bell Crunchy Taco.
Alex Wenberg in the penalty box. This is Montreal's 3rd power play of the evening, 0 for 2. This one abbreviated. 54 left on the minor to Wenny. And Ferraro will clear. Here's Hudson, one of the top scoring defensemen in the NHL, Lane Hudson. 59 points on the year. Back forward Suzuki and on to Demidov. Suzuki bumped by Desharnais. Sharks towering defender working back there with Ferraro on the tail end of this penalty kill. 23 to go on the minors. Watch out, Drew. That puck very near you at the Montreal bench.
It went right on the Montreal bench. I am protected by the glass, so that was it was coming at me. Carrier's looking at me. Carrier's looking at me over here to my left, going, "Oh my goodness, that had something on it." Here it comes. Oh, it did. It got Josh Anderson.
That got either that or one of the equipment people who did not have the helmet on, but I don't see anybody in paint down there.
Yeah.
Wayne Hudson back for it. Wenberg checking the clock. We have our eye on it. Here's Caulfield trying to make a play here before the power play's over. Glove down at the line, and Montreal keeps the pressure on. Sharks are back at full strength. Now they need the puck and a clear. Battle at the net. Now Hudson will get it back for Montreal. Suzuki out on the wing for Caulfield. Caulfield gets it back. Shot blocked in front. It hit Desharnais right on the right hand. And he's hurting as Kraft will push the offensive side of things. And this one will go wide and past Celebrini all the way down the ice. Vinny Desharnais back to the Sharks bench. Still shaking that right hand after that shot caught him in an unprotected part of the glove. Brendan Gallagher. That gets back to Celebrini and now Klingberg. Here's Macklin coming off the boards and back toward the blue line. Celebrini leaves it for Orlov. That one came out over the line all the way. And that'll put San Jose offside. 19-year-old Michael Misa ties it here in the second.
Chicken Al Pastor is back at Chipotle, where fire meets flavor, where heat meets pineapple sweet, where chicken meets the sizzle of the grill, and where fans meet their favorite. Chicken Al Pastor, where fire meets flavor.
When the game is on the line, championship teams know the game plan. They communicate and work together to win. We all need a game plan to protect ourselves online. Talk to family and friends so they know how to stay safe too. Create strong passwords, turn on multi-factor authentication, update software, and recognize and report phishing, because online safety is not something you want to fumble. Get more game-winning tips at CISA.gov/secure-our-world. Then share them with family and friends.
Children exposed to poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children with good air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this, providing filtration technology to school children with poor air quality through the Clean Air for Kids program, helping kids to breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, removing barriers to learning, reducing sick days, and increasing test scores. This is all key to environmental and climate justice. Find out how you can help at IQAirFoundation.org.
Back over to Celebrini. Macklin loads up, shoots, and scores! Macklin Celebrini, a game winner and a hat trick. Time to check out our Xfinity powerful performance.
Michael Misa, 3-game goal streak. Why? Because he's got great offensive instincts and he goes to the net. This is beauty. This is the game winner in overtime against Winnipeg. Boom, as he loves to say when he scores. And one more time. Great work by 73 and 72 in front. And look at him roll to the net. Michael Misa knows where you got to go to score goals, and he's done it for the last 3 games.
Last season at Saginaw in the Ontario Hockey League, Michael Misa had 134 points in 65 games, including 62 goals. He was the most valuable player of the OHL, led them in scoring. In fact, he led all Canadian leagues, the OHL, the WHA, and the QJHL. Second overall draft pick by the Sharks, and boy, is he blossoming here in the second half of his first season, as Askarov will save this, and then John Klingberg hits the deck. Misa with a 3-game goal streak. These are the 3-game streaks by teenagers in Sharks history. Macklin Celebrini's already had 3. Pat Falloon and Jeff Friesen, a couple each. Patrick Marleau, Will Smith, and now Michael Misa each with one. Misa's streak, his first power play goal, his first game-winning goal, and his first goal against the Montreal Canadiens. How about that?
Fantastic for Michael Misa. And I asked Michael Misa just about what he did during the break. He said, I went and skated a couple of times at home and then watched his brother play in Michigan against Penn State. And he just said, just watch some hockey. But he is figuring out there's some things he did in Saginaw that he's not able to do here and get away with. And he talked to me about the little details of the game today, about the little things you have to do here in order to be successful. So not only has he got that great offensive instinct, but also knows that you have to have a hockey IQ as well.
Mentioned he had the overtime winner against Winnipeg on Sunday. Sharks now have 10 overtime wins. That is tied for the most in the NHL. And how about this in trying to figure out who's going to be the dangerous player in overtime? In the 10 overtime wins, 9 different Sharks have scored an overtime goal.
Can't cover them all.
Alex Newhook trying to get to his head at Barclay Goodrow, who beat him to it. And then Gaudette trying to chip it around for a break. Couldn't finish it off.
Boy, I like this line. A stop shot, Goodrow.
Here's Zach Boulder. Back and the shot block. Goodrow will get it to Dickinson. High-scoring defenseman in the Ontario Hockey League last year as well, Sam Dickinson. Defenseman of the year in the OHL. A flipper to center, nicely knocked down by Boulder. Then to Newhook, and on for Kapanen. He's slowed down by Mukmadulin, and down goes Kapanen. Stick came up and hit grab. Not sure whose stick it was. It could have been Mukmadulin's. Smith trying to find the puck at center. Celebrini follows up. He's got it. Macklin's in the zone. Shoots. The brilliance of Macklin Celebrini on display, and the Sharks have their first lead.
It all happens because of the work in the corner and then the support in the neutral zone by Macklin Celebrini, and the quick wrister goes 5-hole. Look at Colin Graff. Get to work on it. That's the key. You got to check for your chances. Get over, make the play in the neutral zone, and this is it right here. Great job. Graff is there. Mukmadulin's there. Celebrini's there. Kick it out. Now you got to get your feet moving. Follow it up. They do. And the Sharks take the lead late in the period.
His first 30-goal season for 19-year-old Macklin Celebrini. And the Sharks lead at 3-2. Graff and Smith, the other two on that top line, will pick up the assist. Here's Kiefer Sherwood. Wenberg scores! They come right back and get another. And now the Sharks on a roll.
Again, check for your chances. Look at Kiefer Sherwood get in. What an effort by 44. And hey, Alex Wenberg can shoot the puck. Get on your man. Look at how Kiefer Sherwood strips the puck, gets body position, kicks it off to Wenberg. Wenberg cuts to the middle. And we always get on Alex Wenberg for not shooting. Well, he shot it there and it worked out perfectly.
2 goals in 25 seconds. And here come the Sharks again. Misa with Eklund. Eklund back down for Michael Misa. And it's taken away by Montreal's Lane Hudson. Here's Hudson leading the rush for Montreal in this final minute of period 2. Behind the net, Danault tried to center. He had Gallagher in front. Now Orlov battling the veteran Philip Danault. Misa shadowing 24 as it's dumped ahead by Dobson to the corner. Gallagher comes off the boards, and the quick shot by Danault deflects out of play. Well, that's the first big play of his time in teal for Kiefer Sherwood on that setup to Alex Wenberg. Good to see Sherwood get a big assist here to give the Sharks an insurance goal.
Yeah, sorry, partner, jumping in there. He just got his feet moving, got in, knows that you have to check for your chances. That's a theme with the Sharks. Ryan Warsofsky talks about it all the time. Check for that chance, and then Wenberg follows it up perfectly, and what a nice shot. Good for Kiefer Sherwood.
Celebrini with 30 goals now. Smith with 25 assists now. And of course, Will Smith's done it in only 46 games. Here's Macklin again, late in the period.
Oh, it's a slash.
Leaves that for Desharnais. Desharnais to the net. This is Ferraro. 15 to go in the period. Sharks trying to get one more. Evans will have a chance to clean this up. Montreal will clear as Dobson sends it back into the San Jose zone. Desharnais just sends it off the glass to safely move it up ice for the Sharks, and they will finish this second period to a huge ovation here at SAP Center. They're on their feet here. Dano, then Misa, then Celebrini, then Wenberg. Sharks score 3 unanswered in the second half of the second period. And after 2, it's the Sharks 4, Montreal 2. Alan Hoshida and Dan Boiler next here at SAP Center. And then Sharks defenseman alum Scott Hannon.
Hi, Alice. I'm here for
Your new prescription? Your refill. Indigestion again. Aisle 3. Joint support. Aisle 6. Uh-oh. Aisle 5. Vitamin C. Aisle 7. Let me call your doctor. Your insurance. Your grandkids are growing like weeds. Snacks are on aisle 9.
Go ahead. See you next time, Alice.
I'll see ya.
A fuller life deserves fuller care. That's the human kind of help. Walgreens.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Fences are failing all over the park. John, I can't get Jurassic Park back online without...
Whoa, this place is awesome. By the way, you should have plugged this in.
Well, this is going to be a lovely weekend.
If you like pina colada.
I'll take it. My arms are longer. Do the roar again.
A whole new species of Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years.
Young Zoe was born to be a champion because even as a kid, she had a thirst for knowledge. Today, Zoe applies her wealth of knowledge to all of her repair calls. Service Champions is now offering a $58 tune-up for your furnace or AC. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Get moving towards better sleep with a new mattress from Mancini Sleep World. Rest easy with our 365-night comfort guarantee with the lowest prices and free next-day delivery. Only at
Mancini Sleep World. Rest easy.
It's nice when your days have a rhythm. But what happens to that flow when you go from working to retirement? A free personalized retirement income plan from Fidelity can help you make the transition wherever life takes you. It can help you keep your income and investments on target and give you a clear view of your cash flow so you can feel free to explore. Fidelity can help you take on retirement.
Dulcolax.
Good morning. Hey. Good morning.
Dulcolax Liquid Gel with Liquid Core reactivates your natural gut rhythm overnight for relief that feels amazing. Dulcolax Liquid Gel.
When a delivery driver causes an injury, we'll deliver the most compensation. Justice takes more than a fighter. You need a champion. Walk Up Personal Injury Law. Call 866-WALK-UP-LAW.
The Montreal Canadiens came out in that second period, the first 10, and it was all Montreal. They were peppering Yaroslav Askarov before San Jose would hold fort and come back and score 3 goals in the final 10 minutes of that game. 2 in 25 seconds to really give the San Jose Sharks a huge cushion. Welcome in to Sharks in Mission Live. Alan Hoshida with Dan Boyle, gold medalist, all-star. What else do you want me to say? Just keep going. Undrafted. I know
amazing broadcaster.
Amazing broadcaster. So let's go with the amazing broadcaster portion of this. The Sharks U23s, as we like to call them around here, they are starting to roll, and it begins with Michael Misa tonight coming in support, on the rebound, getting his 3rd goal in as many games.
Yeah, I've noticed obviously the last few games he's picked it up on the scoring sheet, but the timing I think is everything. I think he's finding the right timing, and what I saw him do with his right hand off the stick, holding an opponent off, I think that's just showing the signs of somebody growing with confidence.
So the 2nd overall pick gets on the score sheet. He's 19. And then how about the 1st overall pick from the draft before, just goes between 2 guys and rips it? That would be obviously Macklin Celebrini, his 30th of the year.
I don't know what else I can say about him. I mean, he's so good. He's electrifying. Everybody stands up when he has the puck, and obviously the goalies, I mean, they're probably scared when he comes down.
And then that was Kiefer Sherwood getting it done in the corner. That's the reason why you go get him. And then Alex Wenberg shoots the puck and scores all of 31, so he's an old guy.
Yeah, right. But that's a great play by Sherwood, obviously. Just a good stick there, turning around, making the play, and Wenberg finishing it off.
So we could talk about the goals, and we talk about the goal scoring all the time, but you wanted to point out number 30 in net and what Askarov did in the 2nd period.
I did. We talked about his record in the pre-show meeting, and it hadn't been very good, but he saved them tonight. He made some incredible saves, and that game is not a 4-2 game if he doesn't make those amazing saves.
Yeah. Alex Nedeljkovic had an outstanding start on Sunday, so a lot of people thought he'd be back in there, but Askarov is showing why a lot of the Sharks people up front believe he's the #1 goaltender. It's good to be right. Presented by Prize Picks, your daily fantasy projections. Will Smith, a couple of points. Michael Misa, a point. So you're feeling good about that daily fantasy projection. When we come back here on Sharks Intermission Live, we are going to talk about the trade deadline because it is just days away. This is the last contest before that deadline on Friday at noon. We'll tell you what you could see happen.
Once people tried Taco Bell's new Lutz value menu with 10 decadent items, all $3 or less, including the new mini taco salad, an edible bowl filled with succulent seasoned beef and dressed with a lavish chipotle crema, they started expecting everything to be as Lutz. You're wondering which is the mini taco salad for, aren't you? Taco Bell's new Lutz value menu, 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
Would you like to hit or start?
Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say. Still got her.
I think I'll stay.
We've been advancing medicine for 50 years. But our greatest breakthrough isn't in the lab. It's here. When just another Monday means everything.
We are human. We make mistakes. We forget about others. Our phones distract us. We don't see that cyclist. That red light. That family. But we can do better. Slow the fast down. Drive sober. Share the road and share the responsibility. Go safely, California.
Airport Home Appliance is now HomeWise Appliance. We know appliances. That's all we know.
Tell us about the Thermador fridge.
The Thermador T36 FT8209 French door bottom mount refrigerator? That one? Yeah, I mean, the 25 has Wi-Fi connectivity, LED theater lighting, and diamond-shaped ice for elevated beverages, and a nominal depth of 28 inches with a total capacity of 20.8 cubic feet, 60 hertz, and 110 or 127 volts. We've got 15 in stock in the warehouse for delivery.
Sound good?
HomeWise appliance. Smart choice.
Cameras?
It's faster than M&M. What's that? Faster than candy?
We are back with the Toyota fan poll question. How should Sharks approach trade deadline? Buy, sell, a little bit of both, stand pat, QR code, or follow us on NBCS Authentic. You can still vote. We'll give you the updates in post-game. So coming up on Friday, the San Jose Sharks will play their 5th game of this homestand. It is against the St. Louis Blues. It is also trade deadline day. And that means there will be a lot of things moving and players going in and out. One of those players that is reported to be on the move would be Blues starting goaltender, Team Canada's for Dan Boyle.
Yeah.
Jordan Binnington looks like he is going to be playing and finishing out this season somewhere else. If you're the San Jose Sharks, though, what are you kind of expecting in that game against a team that, like the Blues, they're going to be selling off here?
I know. I mean, Binnington. I mean, that's a pretty big get for anybody that's going to get him. Hopefully, it's not a West Coast team. I heard Edmonton to be rumored. Not sure. We don't want that.
I don't know. Whatever.
Anyways, yeah. I'm just like I said. I'm curious to see what the poll is going to say. I hope the Sharks stay pat. Obviously, I think our window is approaching very, very soon.
I think the window with Macklin Celebrini is wide open because I don't know, he's 19 years old. He's got 15 more years of his career going. So just keep kicking down the window. When we come back, we'll head it back inside the tank for Randy and Scott Hannon.
For no matter what crosses your path, get coverage confidence with AAA insurance.
At Friedman's Appliance, we've curated a brand experience that you must see to believe in the largest Miele showroom in the country. Right now, bundle your appliances and save up to 10% on your Miele appliance package. Friedman's Appliance, perhaps the greatest showroom in the country.
Brace your taste buds. The new DQ Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket comes with cool DQ soft serve as a dip for just $6.99. Add one of our new Tajin lemonades. It's the new Spicy menu, only for a limited time.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise, DirecTV got hot.
Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours. Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
You can just keep watching and scrolling, and the world will still feel like it's falling apart. Or you can take action by joining a movement that's creating lasting change instead. Because at World Vision, we believe that no situation is hopeless. Join a movement that's changing the world for good.
Once upon a time, there was a special blue and green marble. When you looked really close, you could see curious creatures everywhere and happy people like you and me. The marble gave them everything they needed. For a while, they lived in harmony with nature. But as time passed, things started to change. Nature needed their help. And they realized they needed nature too. What's the end of the story? That's up to us.
Sharks Hockey on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Toyota. Class-leading MPG and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota. Let's go places.
A busy night in the NHL. One of two games still underway. The Montreal Canadiens in town, but it's the Sharks on top 4-2. Scott Hannon is here working on the Sharks Audio Network tonight with Dan Rusanowski. Nice enough to join us here. Good to see you, Hanner. I know you probably used to get jacked up back in the day whenever the games came up against an original team like Montreal.
Yeah, it's always fantastic playing against the original 6 teams, Montreal, Toronto. I love playing against Vancouver. I know not all original 6, but those Canadian teams were always a little extra.
The Montreal Canadiens came out of the gate in both of the two periods here, the better team. But the Sharks were able to find their legs in the first period, and then in the second period, they got on a roll.
Yeah, I thought they weathered the storm great in the first 10 minutes. You know, Montreal's such a tough team to control their speed through the neutral zone. But then just a flip of a switch at that 10-minute mark, a couple big saves in the second period by Askarov, and really, I think, triggered them. And then a couple offensive plays.
4-goal second period, 3 of them by the Sharks. Let's go to our Toyota game summary and the Scott Hannon breakdown.
Yeah, and here with Montreal again, they work the puck low, a couple good plays here, and then they just found it up top, and it's so important for the forwards to get to the front of the net there. And this is just a shot. Danault with a great tip there, up high, just kind of beats Askarov 5-hole. And here, Misa, great job, as we're going to see later. There was a great forechecking move, but here at Eklund, one of the keys to the game was get to the front of the net, create some chaos, as Dovesh is playing well, and they were able to find the puck in front of the net. And here, it's really just down in the defensive zone there. Macklin Celebrini with the play. Good play by Will Smith. And just a little flick of the wrist there by Celebrini. So dangerous with that quick shot. He's able to beat him down low. There you see the flick of the wrist just to get it up and over. He's thinking shot, quick release. Just beats Dovesh 5-hole. Yeah, and this play, I thought this was a great play just on the forecheck. Orlov just gets this out into the neutral zone. Sherwood, great stick on puck, tell all those young players, and then just a great feed to Wenberg here. Quick shot, beats Dovesh to the glove side, or to the blocker side.
3 different Sharks lines getting in on the offense here against Montreal. Thank you, Scott Hannon. A 2-goal lead. That's not a safe lead in today's NHL. Stick around for the third period coming up.
Hi, Elsa. I moved up your meeting.
Look at this little beauty I found in the garden.
Nice snake, Chris.
Oh, what is that?
Our new Alexa Plus.
That is full-on AI. One minute we're all buddies, then the next minute she's trying to kill us.
And how exactly would I do that, Chris?
I could just be chilling in the pool one day.
I think I'll close the pool cover. You crazy. Your car's here. I gotta go. Love you. You seem tense. Can I book you a massage? And a cinnamon scrub?
I do love a cinnamon scrub.
Having the right team in your corner is the key to a successful recovery if you've been seriously injured. When you retain the winning team of Ashton & Price, you get local award-winning attorneys who will deal with the insurance companies, gather all relevant evidence, and introduce you to the best medical care in the region. After a serious accident, you focus on getting better, and Ashton & Price will do all the rest. Serious, local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. Remember, for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
It doesn't look like much now, but this is where some of the world's biggest ideas began. In garages, on whiteboards, over coffee at midnight. At Comerica Bank, we've helped build empires from spaces just like this. Funded first hires, backed bold moves, guided the leap from prototype to product launch. Because we were built for business, and now that same support is behind anyone with a dream worth building.
430 is all about what's happening right now. Another earthquake rattling the South Bay. We're showing things as they're happening. Marianne Favreau was there for a student walkout asking questions. DNA, the timeline of the storm has changed, right? And social media has really changed the game. Now I'm able to interact with our viewers. Here it is, top trending stories voted by you on my Instagram poll. Join us and see what makes the 430 a different kind of newscast.
Watch Audrey Assistio weekdays at 4:30 on NBC Bay Area.
The pace is incredible in this game, so how do you keep that up in this third period trying to defend the lead?
Well, we want to keep our pace up. We've got to slow them down. We've got to be on top of them, coming out of the D zone and through the neutrals. They're a dangerous group, so we got to continue that. But our pace has been pretty good at moving pucks north, getting it out of D zone, through the neutral zone in transition.
What was the key thing you told the guys after this period?
It's just that we got to have an F3 in place. We got to continue to put, play aggressive. We can't sit back. We got to keep pushing it, all right, but make good, smart hockey plays, and let's get into them.
I like the tie tonight, by the way.
Thank you.
Maxim Celebrini with his 30th goal tonight, the third fewest games to 30 goals in a season by any active player while still a teenager. The other two, Patrick Laine, who did it in 55 games, and Steven Stamkos in 56. Speaking of Laine, he is a member of the Montreal Canadiens. He's played only 5 games this year. Had surgery to repair a core muscle injury back in October. He's been on injured reserve, but for the last 5 weeks, he's been practicing in a full contact sweater for Montreal. So something's up there. They're not taking him off IR. And with the trade deadline coming up at noon Pacific Friday, you wonder if Patrick Laine will change sweaters between now and then. We shall see. Third period underway here. The Sharks with an onslaught, 3 unanswered goals. As you look there at the upper echelon of the organization for Montreal, President of Hockey Ops Jeff Gorton, General Manager Kent Hughes, who, by the way, used to be Will Smith's coach. Kent Hughes at the U.S. National Team Development Program in Michigan. Here's a shot from the point by Montreal's Noah Dobson that changed direction on a tip. And it's cleaned up by the Sharks. And with a 4-2 lead, you feel good, but you can't feel overconfident. This Montreal team has so many weapons, and what a great job that Gorton, the former executive with the New York Rangers, and Hughes, their 18th general manager in their history, have done in putting together this team through drafts and trades. Again, they got Suzuki via trade, their captain and leading scorer. They didn't draft him, but they've done a tremendous job with their drafting and developing, as the Sharks have seen Mike Greer do with San Jose. This game is available to stream on the NBC Sports app for mobile and tablet. Stream the Sharks on the go wherever you are. Brought to you by Toyota. Celebrini and Smith, line mates for basically the last year and a half, and they have looked excellent here tonight with Colin Graff, that line responsible for 2 of the Sharks' goals, and Yaroslav Askarov. A little bit of a surprise starter, I thought, after the game that Alex Nedeljkovic had Drew on Sunday, but boy, has that been the masterful pick by Ryan Warsofsky, because so far Askarov has been terrific with 18 saves. Not a high volume, but the quality of some of the stops.
Yeah, it's where he made them and when he made them, and that has been a huge factor. Again, we've talked about it before. It's sometimes not how many you make, it's when you make them, and he's had to make some very athletic ones.
Sharks don't play again until after the deadline is passed. The deadline is noon Pacific Friday. Sharks do play Friday, but it's 7 o'clock here against the St. Louis Blues. First time they'll meet the Blues this season, and then the very next night we'll see Matthew Schaefer again, the unbelievable defenseman for Patrick Waugh and the New York Islanders.
20 goals. Kid's got 20 goals.
Newhook trying to chase this down. Askarov trying to clear it, but Bolduc knocked it down out of the air. Now Montreal pressuring as Evans tries to get it to the front of the net. Waiting on it is Gaudette. He's got Barclay Goodrow. Ostapchuk hits for the net, and the pass tipped out of the reach of Ostapchuk. No Ryan Reeves for a second straight game, as Gaudette in the lineup in place of Reeves. Pavel Regenda also sitting this one out for the Sharks. As Matheson will send it in off the stick of Oliver Kapanen. Askarov wristing it with authority off the boards. Klingberg with Kraft trying to clear it out of the zone. Celebrini comes back to assist, and Macklin's got the puck as he stole it from Slavkovsky. Here's the Smith pass for Kraft. Had a chance to be something dangerous for the Sharks. Here's Orlov. Step into one. That one is blocked by Kapanen, and he's slow to get up after getting in the way of that one. Actually, it got him in the boot, but he was able to block it.
Check out this job by John Klingberg down low here. As he gets stick first, gets stick on puck. Now he's going to just use his hand, then he gets body position, then he uses his foot. Do whatever you got to do, and then the puck gets going the other way. Outstanding job by the veteran defenseman. The big thing is close pressure as soon as you can. Do what you can to disrupt the puck carrier. Excellent.
Klingberg had a crazy stat line on Sunday against Winnipeg, Drew. He had 9 attempts but only one shot on goal. The other 8 were either blocked or wide. Chance here for Montreal. Carrier wrapped up by Toffoli. Toffoli with the chance, rather, and now it's Eklund. Pursued by Hudson. Toffoli's got it. He'll rim it high, and Dickinson waiting. Fires it through. Toffoli just a little late arriving, as Deneau will send it back up ice for Anderson. A turnover. Misa had it, lost it courtesy of Carrier. Dickinson again. Across for Kiefer Sherwood. 4-2 Sharks here in the third. Misa on the move, and Dobish backing into his net as Sherwood comes together with Josh Anderson, and Sherwood's helmet is off, and Anderson going after him. Josh Anderson giving it to Kiefer Sherwood, and now Sherwood trying to get back at Anderson. As the emotions of this one starting to bubble to the surface now, and if there's a candidate for that type of thing for Montreal, it's usually Josh Anderson, but Sherwood not one to back down, and they're having words. Sherwood's going to get the, or Anderson's going to get the only penalty, Drew.
Yeah, I believe so. I do love Mario Ferraro getting in there as well.
And now Boulder's trying to entice Ferraro into a minor. Mario's better now to just have his say and back away. Or wait, now they're sending Ferraro to the ball.
We'll have to look at this as far as what the referees are discussing right now. This could be more than just 2 minutes. So here's the shot.
No, they're going to send Struble out.
Here's the shot to the net. And then Anderson,
Montreal,
watch this coming out.
Number 17 and number 47,
Just
both
wait.
2 minutes for roughing. San Jose,
One
number
more
38.
coming. Now the helmet's off.
San Jose,
And
2-minute power play.
Bang, right there. So the penalties, the Sharks will have the advantage. As Kiefer Sherwood was just going to the net, there's the first shot, knocks the helmet off. And now the referee's already made the call. Then there's a cross check and then another shot. Mario Ferraro coming in. He gets intercepted. The linesman goes down. It's a... Oh, that's a nasty little shot on Mario Ferraro. I didn't notice that until Mario's down. As Struble just keeps trying to pound on his head while he's on the ice.
Minors each to Anderson and Struble for Montreal, Ferraro for the Sharks, so it's a 5-on-4 for San Jose on the power play for the fourth, or make it third time in the game here tonight. Sharks with a 4-2 lead.
Rather lenient call, don't you think?
Anderson was certainly the aggressor.
4 minutes, that's 4 minutes. In any world, that should be 4 minutes.
Carrier on the penalty kill for Montreal to Evans. He'll drag it back across the line. Now Deneau in. Short-handed Deneau, and Askarov comes up with the save.
That might have been even touch the post, too. Good aggressive penalty kill. I like their penalty kill, Montreal's. Even though it's... Oh, that was dangerous.
Smith circles back, and now Macklin Celebrini. A 2-point game for Celebrini, including his 30th goal, and he just couldn't settle that. Toffoli's shot saved by Dobish. Orlov back from Wenberg, and now to Celebrini on this side of the ice. Celebrini, they score! Will Smith, a power play goal, and it's a 3-goal lead. Will Smith with the tap in, and the Sharks lead at 5-2.
This is a really nice play. If I had to thank you, Captain Obvious remark, but look as Macklin Celebrini walks. You have to respect that he might go to the net, and you've got that screen in front. Will Smith reads off of Macklin. They read off each other up. Do you think right now that Kiefer Sherwood was yelling at? Yeah, Josh Anderson coming out of the penalty box. Kiefer was telling him it was a heck of a penalty he took.
Celebrini and Orlov get the assists on the 19th goal of the season for Will Smith, as Kirby Doc just unloaded on Sam Dickinson. And now Vinny Desharnais wants Doc to go, but Doc won't. Dickinson bumps Doc. There'll be a penalty to Desharnais here, but let's see what happens at the whistle, as Kirby Doc just ran the Sharks rookie defenseman Dickinson. And now on the far side of the ice, we've got activity. Suzuki, the captain, tying up with Desharnais, as Montreal trying to muddy the waters here in a game where they've fallen behind by 3.
So, solid hit on Dickinson, but in the NHL today, you got to go support your partner. You got to go support. Good shoulder to chest. But now in the NHL, bang, it's coming in. Couple of cross checks. Probably got away with the first one, but not the third one. So there's Vincent Desharnais comes up, gets the first couple. You saw the referee right there. Didn't put his arm up until the third one. So he had a chance to get out of it, but now a big penalty kill. This game is certainly ratcheted up a notch. We're only 4 minutes into the third period.
So power play for Montreal. We know how good their power play is. It has not capitalized yet.
But now, Randy, you're taking a very good penalty killer in Vincent Desharnais off the ice.
Desharnais and Ferraro in the penalty box. Struble for Montreal, and they are having words back and forth. And I know there's a lot going on the benches down there as well. A lot of emotion now in this game here tonight. Makes you wish these teams were in the same conference. Here's Slavkovsky for Montreal. Askarov with the save, and the rebound cleared. And then Dickinson lays the body on Lane Hudson. Suzuki with it as the Canadiens' power play spreads out. Cole Caulfield at the goal line. Back for Hudson. And now to Suzuki. Suzuki again. Caulfield back up top. Hudson. Here's Suzuki looking. Doesn't have the shot. There's the one-timer off the wing from Demidov, saved by Askarov. Hudson again, and Suzuki. Good stick there by Dickinson. Now Hudson keeps it in to Suzuki. Nick Suzuki for Lane Hudson. They score! Ivan Demidov, a power play goal for Montreal. They're not going away quietly. It's 5-3.
So on this, it's just excellent job by the Montreal Canadiens. A lot of puck movement, a lot of player movement, and they're able to set up that shot. On this one, too, there's not a lot that the Sharks penalty killers can do. Maybe that rotation could go out and try to block that shot if you get that opportunity, get in that shooting lane. Terrifically placed shot, though, by Demidov. So, really, that's just A1 execution, and this power play is very good, as we talked about. So there's an example of you got to be careful about when the penalties you're taking. Oh, look out!
Montreal right on it again. Try to capitalize on the momentum they generate from their power play. Newhook scores off Askarov's glove. It's a one-goal game.
It's amazing how this game goes, isn't it? The momentum, how it goes back and forth. Not a good play behind the net by Askarov. Celebrini tries to throw it away, but they keep it in. And this one, Askarov's got it, but it unfortunately goes off his glove. But it all starts with the play behind the net. The play behind the net, and then the puck doesn't get out even the second time. And you make those great saves after great saves, but that one you definitely are not happy if you're Yaroslav Askarov.
Alex Newhook with his 7th goal of the season. Montreal muddies the waters, and it works. They score 2 quickly, and it's 5-4 and a lot of hockey to go. Over 14 and a half to play here in the third. After the low-scoring 2-1 victory over Winnipeg, the Sharks are in another track meet here tonight, a 9-goal game. as Dickinson moved off the puck by the much smaller Gallagher. Sam will send it off the glass and up to the line, but not out. Josh Anderson back for Gallagher as they go for the tying goal, and Askarov makes the save off Matheson. Phil Deneau now. He's trapped by Misa. Deneau lays it back off for Gallagher. Gallagher to the net. Open chance for Anderson. Cleared away maybe by Desharnais. A wraparound bid, and now Vinny's got it. And he's got Tyler Toffoli on the wing, and he'll flip it clear.
That all starts from a puck not getting out of the zone.
Sharks are 20-0-2 this year when they lead going into the third period. But their lead has been narrowed to 1. Phil Kurashev now as the Sharks attack for the first time in a few minutes. And Wenberg puts it right on net. Doba shuts the door. What a game we've got going here at the Shark Tank on this Tuesday night. 5-4 Sharks lead.
Chicken Al Pastor is back at Chipotle, where fire meets flavor, where heat meets pineapple sweet, where chicken meets the sizzle of the grill, and where fans meet their favorite. Chicken Al Pastor, where fire meets flavor.
You may know the FDA is responsible for approving new drugs and making sure those drugs are safe, high quality, and work the way they're supposed to. As part of its public health mission, the scientists and staff at FDA work to protect the American public by getting the accurate, science-based information they need to use medications wisely, all by asking questions and letting science lead to the answers.
Well, I'm looking good. Thank you. Just became a Real ID. What's the plan? Impromptu road trip? Actually, the plan is to fly to New York for today's product launch, and then visit the family in California, and cap it off with a girls' weekend in New Orleans. You really can just do all that. Sure, I'm a Real ID, so I'm good to board any domestic flight. Speaking of which, gotta fly. Nice. Enjoy. I'll be here.
Be your Real ID self today. To learn how, visit tsa.gov/RealID or your local DMV.
Back over to Celebrini. Macklin loads up, shoots, and scores! Macklin Celebrini, a game winner and a hat trick.
Well, between the break, Ryan Warsofsky had a little bit of a conversation with his guys, and he didn't give as far as much pointers than X and O's on the ice. What he did was he told his guys, hey, guys, first off, you got to win the plays on the boards. Second, he said, just go play. Something he's talked about now since the Olympic break is over. He's told his guys, don't worry about the score, don't worry about the result, focus on the process, just go play. Great advice right now.
Montreal's 2 goals within 28 seconds from Demidov on the power play, and then Newhook to turn a 5-2 Sharks lead into a 5-4 lead. Adam Gaudette trying to thread the needle through to Zach Ostapchuk. Here's Zach Bolduc for Montreal, and he's got it in for Caden Gooley. Gooley will wheel it around for Newhook, who scored the last Montreal goal. Orlov and Bolduc battling the near boards. Klingberg in there, he gets it away to Gaudette. And now a race, and Ostapchuk, we know he's fast. And his shot just blocked by Gooley. Here's Smith. Celebrini jumps on the ice late on the shift. Here he is. Macklin off the far boards. One hand on the stick. Knocking down Evans was Orlov. Gooley able to flick it out. And now Klingberg. The quick up pass for Graff. He's got Celebrini on side, but the puck knocked out of play by Cole Caulfield. Put your internet price on ice with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Get the most intelligent Wi-Fi at one consistent price for the next 5 years. Only with Xfinity. Well, Macklin, Celebrini, and the Sharks have a chance to gain another point in their effort to try and get into the playoffs. It looked like Edmonton was going to be on the losing end tonight, but they tied it late at home and then won it in overtime against Ottawa. So the Sharks, with a win, can move to within 3 points of a playoff spot if they can prevail here tonight. But it's a precarious lead. It looked comfortable about 5 minutes ago, partner.
You started going in this prayer. There's no lead that's comfortable in the NHL in the third.
Suzuki. And that's gobbled up at his own blue line by Mario Ferraro. He'll pick a spot at the corner boards and send it in for Colin Graff. Good defensive play there by Lane Hudson for Montreal, but it's turned over. Celebrini with it. Macklin in the slot. He couldn't get a shot away. He was held up in some manner. It was not penalized.
Caulfield did a really nice job on checking him.
Nick Suzuki gets rid of it, but Luke Badulin there to steal for the Sharks behind the San Jose net. Now a chance for Montreal, but it's out to Graff. He'll place it off the glass safely down the ice as the Sharks' first line will go off on a change.
This line, Celebrini's line is doing an incredible job. Every time they're on the ice, they're dangerous.
Nice skating maneuver there by Dobson. Now Kapanen, who started the scoring in this game with a goal back in the first period for Montreal. Struble across. Carrier looking for Slavkovsky. Here's Demidov. And down he goes. Dickinson's going to get a penalty for tripping. Dickinson claims it was a dive. It matters not. The Montreal power play, which just scored, comes back onto the ice.
Good speed by Demidov.
2-minute minor, tripping.
Now he steps on the blade. His stick is there. It's totally unintentional, but you see Demidov step his right foot on the blade of the stick, and down he goes.
Well, a baptism by fire tonight for Sam Dickinson. The Canadiens are going after him. They're challenging him.
He's played well.
He has, and these are exactly the kind of games that the terrific young defenseman needs to play in. Ferraro around for Desharnais, and Vinny will deposit it back down to Jakub Dobish. Montreal out shooting the Sharks 27-20 tonight. There's Cole Caulfield, and now Leighton Hudson. Back in front, it pinballs round right to Desharnais. A second clear for Vinny. Dobish comes way out to the boards to advance this to Nick Suzuki. The Montreal captain with speed, and a little tip there by Barclay Goodrow sends it back out. Suzuki leading this power play for Montreal. It's been a weapon all year for them. Ostapchuk in and out of the glove of Caulfield. Forced out by Goodrow. Now Desharnais nicely done for Ferraro. Had an idea to get it to Goodrow off ice for a shorthanded chance. Didn't work, but it went all the way back anyway. 1 minute gone on the Montreal power play. Here's Hudson. He'll toss it back. Hudson, his last point, his 50th assist of the year. Suzuki also with a 50th assist on that power play goal earlier by Demidov. Doc. The slapper by Dobson. Deflecting wide. Here's Kurashev trying to hunt it down on the boards. Help back there by Orlov, who sends it all the way back. Doc again regrouping for Montreal, down to 25 on their power play. Finds an opening, lays it off on the wing for Gallagher. Here's Noah Dobson. Dobson, cross ice, off the stick of Wenberg, and it's cleared down by Mukmadula.
Excellent collapse by Wenberg, also the pressure by Graff at the blue line.
Final 10 for Montreal. Newhook, Dobson, waits, looks, the shot by Matheson, the rebound, they tie it. It's Newhook again. It's 5-5, a power play goal.
I think that hits Gallagher and pops over. That hard shot. Matheson comes off the bench onto the ice, walks into one, check out in front of the net. Looks like the Sharks are okay on this. And then as it comes back, here comes Matheson, high slot. Gallagher's right there. Bang, yep, hits him and bounces right over. That go off of Mukmadulin too. There's Shakir, turns. Boy, I tell you what, that's a heck of a shot by Newhook. From that position, a left-hander. Oh, just goes off the foot. What a wild goal that was. And they tie it up. We said special teams was going to be a key, and it has been in this game.
After the Sharks scored 4 in a row to make it 5-2, Montreal comes back with 3 in a row, but assisted by a couple of power plays. And now the Sharks have to stay out of the penalty box. Gaudette was just tripped into the goaltender, Dobish. They're both down, hopefully both able to get up. Shouldn't be a penalty here to Gaudette.
Yeah, it's not going to be.
And now Matheson going after Gaudette.
That's so dumb. Your own guy put them in there, man. I know it's what happens. You're going to protect your goalie at all costs. My apologies to Mr. Matheson saying that stuff. But there's the trip. And it's not Gaudette's fault at all. It's just what happens. And Matheson's getting so upset, but he might have just not seen the play.
Back-to-back goals for Alex Newhook. It's 5-5, 8:47 to go here in the third. Glad you're with us on NBC Sports California, wherever you're watching Sharks hockey from around the globe on this Tuesday night. For some of you, I'm sure, Wednesday morning. Suzuki, as Montreal looks to take a lead here now. Shot tipped in front. Orlov trying to battle for it. Away from the puck. Klingberg took down Caulfield. Not called. Here's Celebrini now for the Sharks. Over the Montreal line. Drops for John Klingberg. And a glove save by Dobish. And then Dobish slashes the Shark in front. Adam Gaudette. And now Dobish down. And now a couple of scrums. But there should be a penalty to Jakub Dobish for slashing Adam Gaudette.
It might even this up, Randy, the simple fact that there was contact by Gaudette first. Or maybe there's no call at all.
That would be the other way to even it up.
Referees
Officials are huddling.
Yeah.
They're going to talk this over. At this point, nothing has been assessed, but that doesn't mean minds can't be changed in this conversation between Francois St. Laurent and Tom Chmielewski. I don't think there's going to be a penalty here, Drew. They've come on the ice to do a scrape. We'll sort it all out in this tie game when we come back.
Fences are failing all over the park. John, I can't get Jurassic Park back online without...
Whoa, this place is awesome. By the way, you should have plugged this in.
Well, this is going to be a lovely weekend.
If you like pina colada.
I'll take it. My arms are longer. Do the roar again.
A whole new species of Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, when you're smiling, when you're smiling, and the whole world smiles with you. Smiles with you. And when you're laughing, oh, when you're laughing, then the sun comes shining through. Oh, when you're smiling, keep on smiling, and the whole world smiles with you.
Come to the bright side in San Diego.
Don't know how to handle all this? Thumbtack knows. Get recommendations for all your home projects. Hire the right pro today.
So 2-2 on this particular shenanigans at the net. Shot goes to net. Actually, Adam Gaudette stops. Dobish is way out of the crease, and then there's a slash on him, and then Dobish gets pushed by Klingberg from behind, and everybody grabs everybody, and then there is the melee. That little push to the back on Dobish. Dobish goes down, then everybody's taking everybody. And so the referees did huddle, they did talk about it, and the ref came over to talk to both coaches. So it's 2 each, one for goaltender interference on Gaudette, and the other...
It's Kirby Doc for roughing. No penalty on the slash by the goaltender Jakub Dobish for Montreal. So we skate 4-on-4 here for the next 2 or less.
Randy, you talked about muddy in the waters. They have certainly been able to do that, and it's worked for the Montreal Canadiens.
Down 5-2 in this third period. Montreal has scored 3 unanswered. The first by Demidov on the power play, then back-to-back goals by Alex Newhook. Here's Matheson, lost his footing coming across the line. Caulfield goes cross ice. Matheson, who has a 3-assist game going for Montreal, is checked by Ferraro. Smith back to assist, and he's got the puck now for the Sharks. 10 goals so far here at the Shark Tank on this Tuesday night. Smith over the Montreal line, drops it back. Dickinson missed Celebrini with that pass.
He's under a little bit of pressure there. It's tough to make a play.
Demidov going on the brakes. He'll get it across for Dobson. Recovered by Celebrini. Back for Orlov. Sharks change on the fly as Eklund comes on for Smith. Celebrini stays on. Eklund to Eklund. Eklund crashing toward the net. Back to the blue line, but Dickinson a little too far from the boards to keep that in. Sam just does get it to Misa. Now Michael Misa with speed through the neutral. Misa in. Misa shoots. That one's blocked. Eklund recovers again to the point, but 4-on-4, you're going to have to make sure a man's there. And Eklund just on instinct sent it back, thinking Orlov would be there. He was more inside the zone. As Eklund now skates across center. William Eklund with the puck. He's bumped off track by Struble. Newhook. And Misa takes care of his man Carrier as Orlov gets the hip out to move a body behind the net. Now it pops out front. Montreal's got it. Gallagher back for Struble. Back to Gallagher. The shot by Slavkovsky, saved by Askarov. Eklund with the rebound, and he's able to clear it, but it's going to go, nope, no icing. It was touched back in the San Jose zone by a Montreal player. Under 6 to play as Anderson slowed down, but not stopped by Kurashev. Josh Anderson after it against Ferraro. Off the board battle, Danault back for Anderson. He'll leave it for Phil Danault. He's got a goal tonight. Who doesn't? Ferraro put down by Anderson. That's a good battle on this shift. Now Sherwood in. He clears that out. Sharks will make a change on the defensive side as Caden Gooley stops behind the Montreal net with 5:13 left to go here in the third period. 5-5 the score. These teams play again in a little over a week in Montreal. I can't wait. Barclay Goodrow, a drop pass for Adam Gaudette. Sharks have numbers. Gaudette to the net. And it's caught by Dobish, held on. And Goodrow now getting into it with Newhook. Alex Newhook better be sure who he wants to engage with here. And nothing more will come of that. We step aside. The final 4:57 of regulation coming up.
Are we stranded? We're running out of water.
Hey, guys, I've got AAA.
When you're a AAA member, you're covered in anyone's car.
Gillette Labs is just a fancy-looking Fusion 5? No, it ain't. It's Gillette's best shave. And its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer. Hey, Joe, come feel my cheeks.
Dad.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Claim denied.
What if insurance, doctors, pharmacies came together and worked as one team?
If you can't get what you want, come with me.
That would be a better idea for healthcare. Kaiser Permanente.
In the NHL, silver isn't for second place, it's for everything.
Coming off USA's historic win, Tage Thompson leads the Buffalo Sabres.
Thompson, what a goal!
Against Sweden's Erik Karlsson and the Penguins.
Karlsson with a bullet!
Then rookie phenom Matthew Schaefer leads the Islanders against Sweden's Adrian Kempe and the Kings.
The NHL is back.
Thursday on ESPN.
It's been quite a period. It started with the Sharks leading 4-2 and then making it 5-2 there on Will Smith's power play goal. Sharks got into penalty trouble. Montreal made him play. Demidov with the power play goal. Then Alex Newhook will convert to make it 5-4, and then a power play goal after that for the Newfoundland native. 5-5, but now, Drew, a penalty to Montreal for too many on the ice.
Yeah, too many men on the ice as the puck was going down the ice, and you can see it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's illegal in hockey. You can only have 5. And the Sharks get a big power play opportunity.
It comes with 4:57 left in the third. San Jose 1 for 3. It was that Smith tap in on the pass from Celebrini that was their power play goal. Wenberg wins the draw back to Orlov, and he'll put it right on net. Dobish there to make the glove save for Montreal.
A little conversation between Orlov and Celebrini on that.
Macklin up top with Orlov. Smith, Wenberg, and Toffoli, the forward group on this San Jose power play as Celebrini gets to it on the near boards. Sends it back for Orlov. Back for Macklin now. Slides one through to Wenberg. He thought about crashing, then gives it to Celebrini. Back for Wenberg. Wenberg waits. Macklin takes it off a back foot. He's got to defend a little bit, and he does. Over to Smith, back for Celebrini. Kicked out by Dobish, and now Evans with a chance shorthanded. One man back, Orlov. As Evans comes in, tries to stick handle around the Russian defenseman, and it won't work.
Good play.
Jake Evans ends up in the boards as Celebrini comes back up ice with the puck. Off a Montreal stick and then back to Cooley. He'll slap it all the way down. And now Anderson picks it up and can't beat Askarov. Another chance for Josh Anderson as it's swept to the side. Anderson with 2 shorthanded opportunities there, but Yaroslav Askarov said no.
Really good hard work by Anderson.
Smith for Celebrini. Macklin spreads it out for Tyler Toffoli, and back now for John Klingberg. Celebrini takes it, waits, shoots. Dobish, and no rebound. The same made.
Macklin not very happy with himself on that shot selection. This one, really good opportunity. Has to fight off that little bit of a stick. And that's just by Jake Evans. He gets his stick in there and disturbs it. Josh Anderson beating everybody up the ice, makes the move on the short side and then regains his puck. And there's Macklin. This is not happy about that. He hit Dobish right in the Montreal Canadiens' vaunted crest.
Here's Klingberg. Eklund. That one knuckles as it was blocked by Suzuki. Off the boards, and after it is Misa behind the net, trying to one-handed around for the waiting Phil Kurashev. Back to Eklund it comes on this side of the ice. He's shoved by Matheson. Puck at the net. A chance. They score! Kiefer Sherwood. His first goal as a Shark, and it's 6-5.
Gotta hand it to you, partner. You said at the start of the game, you're starting to look like Sherwood was starting to find his legs, starting to find his game with the San Jose Sharks. This is such a smart play by Kurashev. Misa at the net, but the work is right there. Again, along the boards, getting the support over there and popping the puck over. What a smart heads-up pass and play. Philip Kurashev. And Sherwood, who has been emotionally and physically committed to this game, has got a big goal with 3:26 left.
Kurashev coming over from the Vancouver Canucks ahead of the Olympics. He came here injured. It was frustrating for him. He got into one game before the Olympics, and now a chance for the Sharks again. As Newhook handles it on the near boards up ice for Kirby Dach, but it's taken by Orlov. Kurashev and Eklund with the assist on Kiefer Sherwood's first goal as a Shark, but his 18th of the year. The other 17 with the Vancouver Canucks. Noah Dobson across now for Hudson, and we're under 3 minutes to go in this wild game at the Shark Tank. Here's Hudson in for Montreal, off his stick to the corner. Orlov there. He'll get it across for Vinny Desharnais. Now Sherwood for Celebrini. Macklin over the line. Sherwood heads for the net. The pass for Wenberg on his backhand. He'll drive it to the corner for Sherwood. Stripped from him by Hudson. Up to the line for Slavkovsky, who ties up with Wenberg. Time ticking away for Montreal. Here's Celebrini. He'll take it to the far boards for the Sharks. Rim it hard around for the waiting Alex Wenberg. Back behind the net and around in the direction of Celebrini. Dobson, though, will work it for Nick Suzuki. Here's Suzuki. Slavkovsky over the line. Back to the captain. Suzuki shot on a wicked wrister, was wide. Came off the boards, but stays in for Montreal. Matheson, and now Gooley. And there goes the goalie for the extra attacker. Askarov, the save off Suzuki. And it's cleared by Sherwood, but not out. In comes Demidov. Lays it off. A shot to the net. That's wide. Picked up by Matheson. Empty net for Montreal. Suzuki. He'll change sides. 6 on 5. Matheson loading up. There's the shot on the one-timer. Demidov didn't get all of it. He's got it again. Back down low. Demidov from Slavkovsky for Matheson. Mike Matheson out on the wing. Suzuki. Waiting. Looking. Suzuki shooting. That one's blocked by Desharnais. At the net, Askarov. Loose puck to the far boards. It's Demidov again. 1:15 to go. Matheson at the line. Back for Nick Suzuki. Down at the goal line. Caulfield back out for Matheson. On the wing. And the save by Askarov. Off Demidov. Here's Misa. Open net at the other end. He'll shoot it, but it's kept in. Oh, that puck's got to leave the zone. Slavkovsky, and it's out of play. What a wild sequence in the San Jose zone. Montreal 6 on 5, all over it.
We're going to get a timeout. I think everybody could use a little bit of a breather. Askarov with a big save, a couple of big blocks. But you're right, Randy. Yeah, you want to go for that long goal. That's what everybody does now. The analytics tell you. But that puck, number one priority's got to get out of the zone.
Montreal is
right
taking
now.
its 33rd-second timeout. Montreal.
The timeout to Montreal. Everybody huddles up. Everybody takes a breath. 53.7 to another big opportunity and win for the Sharks. But they've got to make sure on clears, on on blocking shots, on trapping sticks in front, sticks in passing lanes, all those good things. And they're going to make sure they stick back and protect the middle.
Will Kiefer Sherwood's goal at 16:34 hold up. That's the difference in this hockey game now. This sellout crowd on their feet at the Shark Tank on this 50th ever meeting between these two teams. And as I said, we'll see this matchup in a little over a week. The Sharks are in Montreal on Hockey Night in Canada a week from Saturday the 14th. We'll have it here on NBC Sports California beginning at 3:30 that day with pregame live and then a 4 o'clock puck drop. Make your plans accordingly. Deno in the face-off circle against Gaudette for the Sharks. Montreal wins it. Here's Lane Hudson. Kicks back. The shot by Suzuki. Stopped by Askarov. It's available and back to Suzuki. He'll go cross ice. Demidov spinning away. Back for Hudson. Hudson looks back to Demidov. He'll take it, shoot it, and he looked for the stick there of Slavkovsky, who got a piece but couldn't put it on net. Hudson back on the wing. Suzuki back to Lane Hudson. Back to Suzuki again. He'll shoot. That one's blocked by Gaudette. Demidov for Hudson again. 20 seconds to go. Lane Hudson. Nick Suzuki. Cole Caulfield and back. Suzuki again. Wade shoots wide off the boards. Here's Gaudette diving to try and clear. Celebrini. Empty net at center ice. Macklin, Celebrini. Adam Gaudette. The AP Center.
Hard work, blocking guys out, extra effort. Gaudette, Macklin Celebrini uses his speed, holds on, doesn't panic, waits for the passing lane. Gaudette puts it away. What a hockey game.
Adam Gaudette's 14th goal of the year into the empty net. Macklin Celebrini with the assist, his third point of the game. And the San Jose Sharks win an absolute thriller here over the Montreal Canadiens. 12 combined goals, and it was thrilling from start to finish. Yaroslav Askarov a 30-save victory, and the Sharks are now 21 rather, 0-2 when they lead going into the third, as they go to 64 points and move to within 3 of a wild card playoff spot. The final score here in San Jose, the Sharks 7, Montreal 5. Sharks post game starts now.